Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this stream. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit because it's kind of loud in my headphones. There we go. Okay, cool. What's up guys? Welcome. Thanks for waiting around for the stream to start. I'm just gonna be working on more assets and setting up this area that you guys have been seeing for quite a while. But you know, the graphical style and the techniques that I've been using have really changed vastly. So I'm starting to start replacing stuff and just add a whole lot more detail. I was really tentative about the models, and actually I just noticed that I haven't moved my stream to the main scene. Sorry about that. So I meant to do that a couple seconds ago, but here is what you can see right now I've been working on. As you saw before, you may have remembered that there was a different kind of windmill structure. I replaced it with one that was much lower poly and had a way higher degree of detail. I can go ahead and hit play here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Hey, what's up guys? Hi from South Africa. What's up, man? All the way from South Africa. What time is it in South Africa right now? Probably quite a bit later than it is here. What's up? Good evening, Mr. DJ Red. What's up? Kevin Pettery. What's up, man? Oh, you paused the Doom soundtrack. I appreciate it. Well, I hope that this is a good replacement for that. So as you can see right here, I've replaced the windmill buildings. The blades are the same because I think that's fine. It kind of matches these textures. They're nice and reflective, you know, it gives you like a good idea of the metal that they're made out of. I've been really incorporating normal maps into my models, and as you can see, these are a lot lower poly than the ones I had before that were made out of individual bricks, but I replaced those textures with some nice normal brick textures from Substance Painter, and then I took a dirt brush and I just kind of brushed and filled in the cracks here with dirt, as if, you know, like wind has been kind of picking up this dirt that surrounds it, and it just gives it way more just kind of a visual difference, you know, as opposed to just stone, and it contrasts so harshly with this dirt. I was like, you know, you got to add some weathering to it, and I think it looks kind of nice. It really gives a highlight on the normal map, and then it just, you know, this is literally one cube with a couple of loop cuts in it, whereas before I had made some just like terrible, you know, just it was really a waste of like, you know, resources and CPU and RAM and stuff like that just to make a model. But I think this is way easier on performance, and this is also, you know, just a lot. I think I just like it. It looks a lot better, and I don't think it's too outrageous, so it doesn't fit with the style. Of course, incorporating normal maps and anything, and I can walk over here as I talk to you guys. I'll show you these new cliffs I've been adding in. This is something that I'm also really proud of. I've created some rock formations that are pretty decently low poly, and then I've applied a nice rock texture to them, and then I've also used some normal maps to make it divots in the rocks that wouldn't normally be there. So, you know, as you can see, they're a little squared off, but I think that this texture does a really good job of making it look more, you know, a little bit more organic. And as you can see, when we get into these areas here, like the end of this canyon, you can see that there's some serious like normal maps going on with these rocks, and I'm really proud of them. And as you can see over here, here's another little cliff formation, and it's been kind of a joke on my channel for a while to you know, to not be able to do rocks, and I think I've really improved on the rocks. If you remember, the trailer had some cliffs in it. Actually, I'm going to show you guys in a second. Hold on, let me open up a Chrome tab and go to my YouTube channel. Hopefully my audio is not going to start looping over and over again. Alright, good, the stream's not auto-playing, but if you take a look at the project reveal trailer, you can see, hopefully this isn't super loud for you guys. And also let me know if the music is too loud for my mic and that kind of stuff. I want to mix it carefully, but let's see here. I think it's, yeah, so you can kind of see there's some cliffs already in the map, and there's a really good shot of it at some point. It really shows you my old, yeah, right here. You can really see this is my old cliff technique, and this is something that you know, is I would, here, if I go back into Unity, I think I still have it, the actual model saved, but this is a really bad technique that I used to do, where I would create, and this is good for not having overlapping faces or invisible faces, but what I would do is I would shape a cliff, and then I would go into Blender and try and make a mesh that would fit well against it, and then I would try and position it so that you couldn't see this top seam, but there were still rocks there, and I did a decent job of it, I think, for this trailer, but this, you know, that's not really the way that people do cliffs usually, and what I did is I separate them into different rock segments like you can see here, and then I essentially will, you know, like drag them in and stack them together to create these, you know, to create a cliff. And this is made up of about 3 segments right here. So, you know, and the seams are pretty difficult to see, I think, just because of the nature of the rocks and the texture. So I'm really happy with the way they turned out, and I think it's a big departure from what I had before, which you can kind of see over here is these big rocks just sitting, and I just threw a texture on them in Unity. And you know, it's kind of cool. They give this like kind of jagged effect, but I think that this looks a lot better. And not only does it highlight the detail in the background, but this is just like, I don't know, it doesn't do a good job of covering up space, whereas this is really a divider in the level. This canyon pathway here, you know, you can't really, if you're standing on the ground as a player and you're standing, you know, kind of in front of it, it's hard to see behind, whereas these rocks really didn't provide much in terms of blocking the field of view. So I just wanted to let you guys know that those are some of the graphical changes that I've made. And if you're wondering why a whole lot of progress hasn't been made on this area in specific and why I haven't expanded out, I've really been spending the past couple weeks practicing different techniques in terms of getting my normal maps right, getting my unwraps right, and, you know, getting some nice looking rocks and other details in there. So now I'm ready to, you know, music is still a bit loud. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit then in Spotify here. Give me a second. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. I really hope that wasn't too loud, but no, it's yeah, I was worried about that, but hopefully it wasn't. Hopefully you could understand what was going on. But it's, you know, I've just spent the past couple weeks really upgrading the graphics, really, you know, making it a lot more you know, a lot more optimized. So I'm ready in the next couple weeks to start actually really expanding out and making new models. So you know, this is what I'm going to be working on today. And what I was doing is just running some little cables earlier. These are just going to connect the windmills, and it's going to connect the actual mill part. Actually, this needs a blade as well, so I'm going to duplicate one, and I'm going to bring it over here. And just so the animations aren't synced up, which looks really weird, I'm going to rotate it a little bit. Let's get it here. And then here, okay, and then I'm just going to rotate a little bit. So the starting frame, then when I hit play, is going to be, is not going to be synced up with the other windmills. It's hard to tell when you're far away because you can't see like which blade is at which angle. But when you're up close, it's easy to tell that these aren't like synced up anymore, whereas they would have been if both these blades were just duplicated and moved over. It would have looked really artificial. So I'm happy with the way that turned out. But yeah, no, I'm happy with the way these models are fitting in, and it looks a little barren right now, but we're really going to start adding more details to it. So let's see, can you show us some of the other areas? Well, right now this is all. I don't want to divulge any other things that are going on with the game. I really want to concentrate on this area as it's going to be featured in the upcoming alpha, and I just want to make it an interesting area to explore. So right now this plains area is my main feature, although I have been developing assets for the other areas. This, since it is the center of the map geographically, is going to be my main focus right now. So I think the first thing I want to do is I'm going to open up a new Blender file. Let me see if I still have my I don't see it. Let me check my preferences to see if I have the add-on for the screencast keys enabled. For some reason, every time I start a stream, I have to like go looking for it and start it going again. Screencast keys, there we go. Okay, save user settings. Close this. Start. Okay, so I know some people were interested in seeing me have the screencast keys on. And actually, I think I'm gonna give Nick a call as well, and we can he can join the stream. Hopefully, his voice isn't like not mixed in well. Hopefully, it's not. Hey, what's up, man?
I felt forgotten for a second.
Let me know how his voice is compared to mine. My first stream ever, my voice was so quiet, but his was like really loud. So let me know if it's mixed in.
Damn, your voice is loud.
Is it loud on your end? I think it's kind of.
No, like in Discord, but not in.
Wait, your voice sounds really loud on my end. Hold on. Let me go into my output. Wait, let's hear output volume. That turns you down a little bit on my end, right?
I think so. Wait, no. Right,
yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna turn it to like 130. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, no, I hopefully I didn't say anything that was outrageous when I was introducing what we were working on.
Totally
yeah.
outrageous.
I'm
Can't
just gonna
believe
be
you did
making some more models to fill in this area. I made this. I don't know what you think about this. This is something I made today. I thought it'd be cool if there were cables running from the inside to like connect to little power storage generators, and it gives like the ground a little breakup in terms of like textures, and if I walk over here, you can see it's not just like a plain ground anymore. It just gives it a nice little like breakup in terms of. And I made about 5 or 6 prefabs. If I go to my prefabs, you can see here. I made about 5 or 6 cable sections, and then I made a little divider to break them up. That way, when it comes to angling them up, I don't have to make individual pieces that perfectly fit with the hillside. All I have to do is add one of these and then angle up the individual one, and then I can just cap it off with another one of these. And it's kind of a similar way to how I set up my telephone wires, but I was on Twitter the other day, and this dude had this like in-game script he wrote for himself that like was procedural like telephone wires, and I was like, God, I need that so bad. It looked like it saved so much time.
Yeah.
But he was just like, oh, this is a work in progress script. I don't know if I'm gonna keep working on it. And I was like, you have to.
Can't stop now. Yeah. Oops.
MDJ Red shouldn't be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you were the one working on it, so if I.
It's because he asked what kind, if anyone had a good idea for the first video game you could develop. To be honest, do yourself a favor. Do something you like. Like, I shouldn't say fuck, but seriously, fuck what everyone else thinks. Because if you sit and have to spend a year or 6 months or 2 months or whatever, how long it will take you to learn all the appropriate things to actually make your game, it's just not enjoyable if you're doing it for everyone else. The other people are gonna lose their interest eventually, and that's only gonna hurt you. Because then the people who made your game for no longer is there, just because some time passed, right? And so then what's your motivation? Like, it's really difficult. Not saying it's impossible, but just do whatever you want, man.
Yeah,
even
I
if it
agree with
sucks.
that. But I think he asked, I don't know if it was him specifically, but someone in the chat asked like what a good like first ever game to try and make was. I think to try and make a finished product. So I don't know if he was like.
Well, yeah, but I think that it's the
fishing
same
for
thing, right?
suggestions.
It's the exact same thing. Like, yeah, but I mean, everyone can give suggestions, right? But I see it over and over again. Not even just in game development, but in like emulation too and everything. They're like, oh, do you want this or do you want that? I want to make something, but it needs to be blah blah blah. You know, it's just like, do whatever you want. Like, Apple didn't come to exist because they wanted to survey everyone on what kind of phone they wanted. They just made what they thought people no, they made what they wanted to make, right? Or in this case, maybe it's a little bit more business oriented, so it was what sounded like good on paper, right? But the point is, they didn't go out and ask everyone, oh, here, would you like to tell me what you want? Okay, so you want a phone that sounds futuristic and in about 5 years can fold? Okay.
Well, I think
yeah,
if you're like a game developer and someone asks you like, hey, I want to make my first game, what's an easier game to make in terms of like programming and skill necessary? I think there is some.
Yeah, but
advice you could
I
give.
don't think that's like, if you want to make a first easy to make game, that's not a production game, right?
Yeah, but
That's
that was
your
the
own
question that was
playground.
asked in chat.
Well, yes and no. Like, I would still say my advice holds up 100%. Like, make whatever you want to make. Like, you should be able, I know it's difficult when you're new to kind of assess your own skill, but because you're new, you should know what kind of limitations you got. And if you think about making a Pong game and you think that's already too crazy, then make something else that you feel is probably doable within your reach, right? And something you want to do. Like, I understand that, like, I can give advice all day, right? You can give advice all day, but in the end of the day, it comes down to the person and the individual, and they should make the decision. I think the faster you learn to just make a decision on your own, the better you're off. Not because other people's suggestions are nice. You can always ask for suggestions like, oh guys, I'm implementing this feature. Do you think it would be game breaking if this or that, right? But if you're asking for an entire game idea, it's just kind of like, yeah, you know, it's just not like, you need to be able to decide such things on your own. And it sounds cruel, I know that, but it's with the best of intentions. And I think anyone who's been in that phase and gone over it also knows that.
And you can ask people for advice on like what to make as your first game, but if you're not like interested in it, you're never gonna finish it anyway. So, at least some of your, I think your idea has to come from yourself.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, you can search that as well. What's a good video game to make? Like, why is my answer going to differ from whatever someone wrote on some blog, right? Like, I possibly couldn't give you a good answer now compared to what someone who sat down and wrote a blog could give you. You know what I mean? It's one of those questions that's nice to ask for someone new, but it's just illogical. Like, not to sound rude, of course. I know it's not meant that way, but like, you really just gotta, like, if you want to know what's an easy game to make, try and look at the resources online, because they're gonna be 10 times better than anyone could possibly, like, it sounds really rude, but it's just how it is, right?
See you later, Jesse. Good, thanks for coming to the stream, man. Peace out. Sorry about that. Sorry,
good luck with your exams.
Make sure that he didn't leave without me saying goodbye, because I feel like I don't check chat and then people are like, all right, I'm out of here, and I just kind of don't give them a proper farewell.
No, like, the point was not to be negative. The point was just, if you come to the stream or any other place in a Discord with a bunch of other people that are not experts or have a lot of experience per se, like it's just, you're gonna get so many different answers, and you could just have gone to a website to check what kind of game is the easiest, not what kind of game is a good game for the first game, but just what is easy to make, right? Which kind of is the same thing, and those answers will probably be much better than what we can give, because it's just like, I guess you're partially right, because maybe someone didn't think to Google, right? So you can give them that suggestion, but and then my advice really takes effect if you have made easy games and you want to make a production level game, right? Then you should be knowing that on your own.
Yeah, of course. I do get annoyed when people ask for ideas for the first game, mainly because the first game should be achievable yet fun to make. I think you should make what you feel achievable. Yeah, I mean, and also, when you're asking questions for people of what you should make, I think you need to take into account that they're completely different from you. Like, not only in terms of skill, in terms of like, how much they work on, like, so I think, when you're working on your game, more of the inspiration and the ideas have to come from you, because you're aware of your own abilities. Other people can tell you what they think you should do, but at the end of the day, it's, there's definitely a lot of individuality, that I think needs to go into it. Let's see. Broccoli Man says, having this stream in the background while learning for my exams makes it way more fun. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Let me know what you're studying, and I'll see if I can help you out. Probably not, unless it's, I don't know.
Filthy.
What?
I know what you study, you filthy animal.
Oh my god, it's not.
Guys, it's exactly what you think it is now.
Let's see. I have to go now. Thank you. Thank you for the best SD. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll see you later.
What does SD mean?
I don't know. I'm just,
and
he said thank you, man. So I'm gonna say I appreciate it.
Yeah. Someone said, Kevin Piteri says, you can ask for recommendations and take that recommendation and pick something you like and mix them, see what you come up with, experiment. That's what I do when I animate. Yeah, but I think, like, you have to differentiate, right? Like, if you're asking someone what kind of animation would you think, like what kind of recommendations, like, I want to make an attack animation, right? So you think it's cooler if it's with a sword and it's over arm swing, or should it be a stabby, Then you're asking about, like, you already know that, one, you're making an animation, two, it's a attack animation of sorts. You maybe want a sword, right? And so you already got the fundamentals down. But when I'm telling you what kind of game is best to make, as like what kind of game would be good to make as a beginner, it's such a broad question. It's like, what do you know? What can you do? What's your skill set? And so while it does sound rude to say it like that, it's just the truth. Like, we can all be nice to each other and always be like, oh, I think you should make a pong or a ping or whatever. But at the end of the day, the sooner I tell you, go figure it out your own, you start asking yourself, what do I want to make? And then eventually you'll come to the conclusion that you want to make something, figure out it's too difficult for you, so you step it down a notch, you take some complicated stuff out of it, and suddenly you have a game. just because you thought on your own. It's much easier to take the required thought out of the process and ask someone else, but that just won't get you anywhere. And so the idea is not that you can't ask for help, or ideas. That the idea is that you should think about stuff yourself and then ask for help, right? Like if he comes in here and says, "Oh, hey guys, I was thinking of making a game and I can't really decide if it should be a Pong game or maybe some Super Mario. I'm having a difficult time really determining which, because I'm not exactly sure which one would require more from me on a programming level," right? Then I can suddenly start saying, well, Super Mario would probably require more, so perhaps it would be better for you to get some experience with the Pong, right? So he's giving me some things to feedback him on, but I can't just say without any context or information that, oh, this is better for you. You know, it's just impossible. It's just not realistic. And so I don't think there's any reason to forward that unrealistic thought with a proper, with an improper response. It's just how it is, right? It's just like, if you give me something to comment on and feedback on, I will more than gladly do my best with all my expertise to help you. But if you
Broccoli
want me
Man says, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Broccoli Man says, currently I'm studying physics, but tomorrow I have to write an English essay. So if you have any subject ideas. I don't know,
Quantum
man.
physics.
It could be anything you want. Oh, that would be a good idea. Yeah, you could just
quantum physics.
swap it
Imagine
over.
that, dude. This guy has a brain the size of the fucking, I don't even know. You know the statue you told me about, Statue of Liberty or something? That's
I
his
told
brain.
you about the Statue of Liberty. You didn't know about that before?
No, I did know about it, but we were talking about it recently.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like literally, like that's some complicated stuff. I mean, probably not that complicated when you have gotten used to it, but
If you're aware of the
bet-
basics, maybe.
yeah, I think maybe it becomes a little less complicated. Not that it makes it not complicated, just that it takes away maybe a little bit of the difficulty of understanding. But yeah, I don't hope I freaked anyone out by being a little bit direct with the question before.
No, that's
I
fine.
just want you guys the best, even if you can't see it.
So right now,
Which-
what I'm making is I want to have a couple of little generators that those cords connect to. So I'm making like a coil for the inside of it. And basically, how I make this is usually I make a Bezier curve, and then I will chop off half of it, and then I'll make it do it'll be 180 degrees open on both sides, and then I'll just flip it to the other side, and then I'll move up one unit the end of it, and so that way if you just duplicate it, move it to the other side and move it up, it gives you a nice little coil effect. And then I'm gonna put it inside of something so none of the seams will be visible, and that way I don't have to just go through and mate all the vertices or anything like that. So I think there's just gonna be this will be one of the little ones. It'll just have like one big coil on it, and I want it to be a little bit shorter, just a couple shorter, so I'll do it like that size. I'm guessing I want a human to be like about this, maybe like about this size and compared to it, so like maybe it comes up to the start of your neck or something like that. And then I want to put it so okay. Let's see, what's the best way
So
to do
Kevin
this?
says he went bowling today in school,
Oh wait,
and
in
he
school.
thought it was really fun, but not many others did. So something tells me that Kevin is super competitive and just did anything to win,
How do you know that?
because that's what I would do.
In bowling? You
Yeah,
ever
like
been
just
bowling
do
before?
anything it takes to win, dude. Like it's not about bowling. It's not about.
Okay, how many
you know,
things can you do to win in bowling besides just like throw the ball and
Just
do
be like
better
super
than everyone
competitive,
else?
being like really iffy about the rules and like make sure
so
they
be
stand.
really
for-
annoying to play bowling with.
Yeah, but like you need to do what you can to win, right? Like it's, let me put it this way, right? If you go outside in town late and someone is drunk and wants to fight you, right? He's probably going to abide by the rules of like common, like when if you fight with someone you don't bite, etc., right? But
Yeah.
if you go in the wild to a lion, it won't care. It'll do whatever it takes to win, right? And
Mhm.
so while obviously you shouldn't do anything you can to win a fight, like you should not be in a fight. I point that out. Don't get in a fight, guys. But if you are bowling or anything else that's super competitive, why do you have to restrict yourself by the rules that you need to be honorable? Like if you win, you win, right?
'Cause I think
And
most
sure,
people
there-
just don't care that much about bowling.
No, but it's not just about bowling, right? It's about competition in general. And like
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, oh, you gotta do this or you gotta do that or you're not. Like
I
if
think
it's in
most
the
people
game,
that play
you know?
bowling aren't doing it for competition. They're doing it for something to do while, you know, socializing with their friends. Unless you're a pro bowler or you care a lot about competition, I don't think it's on the first thing on most people's minds.
Yeah, but like now you're taking bowling as as you know the primary keyword there, which is it's not, right? It's just
I think it
a
is for most
byproduct.
people. I think most people
Well,
would take a soccer match between friends more seriously than a bowling match
Sure.
between friends.
Sure, but that's like, so the example here is a lot of people don't expect their friends to super hard push you in soccer with their shoulder, right? Because it might be hurt, it could hurt, or you might just feel really uncomfortable, you might fall and scratch your knee, right? But anyone that plays professional soccer knows if you don't hit that guy as hard as you can within reasonable force, of course there are rules, then you just won't win. And so while it's fair that some don't compete, you don't have to compete about everything, right? But if you are a person that competes, why would you let yourself in a worse position than you could be?
Well, if you're a person that competes, then yeah, you would care about it. But I would just guess
Yeah.
that most people aren't that interested in competing.
No, that's why I said Kevin is probably a guy that likes to compete about things. It doesn't have to be bowling; it could be anything, right? But I feel like it's generally a personality trait rather than actually what is it called? I think it's a personality trait rather than
Oh yeah, no doubt.
like just one specific thing that you're.
No doubt. Let's see. I did not even ask how y'all doing today. Doing well. Doing well. Broccoli Man, what's up? What did he say? Hold on. Give me a second. I'll read his comment.
Victory number 1, fun number 2. that's totally my jam. So Broccoli also said it could be literally about anything, his essay.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't
yeah.
know, you could write about. Let me think.
He thought about electric innovation.
Ooh,
No,
that's a good
electric and
idea.
innovative cars should be substituted by the government.
That's it, like a subsidy. That's interesting.
Or wait, is that not substitute something else?
Substitute is when you replace something for something else, but I think in the case of electric cars, is the government will cover the cost of some part of the car purchase because of the nature of the electricity, and that's known as a subsidy.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a smart person, aren't you?
No, I think, well, English is not your first language, so I wouldn't blame you.
I swear to God, I've heard so many lately. I've been hearing so many English words I just didn't know
That you
existed.
just never knew. Give me some examples.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I got one today. From today.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
And they can't be swear words.
No, it wasn't a swear word. I swear.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait. Damn it.
How do I want to do this? I think this is what I want to do. Hold on. And yeah, if you're just joining the stream, I'm just making some assets right now, and let me know how my voice sounds and how everything's mixed. You know, if something's a little bit too loud, I'm just trying to have the music on in the background. So if that's kind of covering up either of our voices, just let me know and I'll give it a quick fix. All right, I think after all gonna have to merge
like,
these vertices.
I think I'm gonna have to end the stream early.
It did kind of sound like I was gonna end the stream there. That did
Yeah,
kind of sound.
gotta
like
be more
streaming
careful,
voice.
man. You're getting everyone like.
Everyone's getting nervous.
Yeah,
I still
everyone's
hear-
like, is he going to do it?
Let's see. Joshua Hochspiel says, I still hear words in my native language that I didn't know. I mean, I think that's true for everyone. I mean, wait, I want to solve.
He used
I
the
hear
word-
English words that I, am not.
Have you
sure
heard
before.
intricate?
Intricate
have to.
meaning like extremely detailed and like well made.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, I didn't know that existed because the guy I'm working on some other project with, the WoW core stuff, he
Yeah.
was saying he was we were in a chat with some other nerds,
Yeah.
and he said he was on his phone, so he couldn't write anything intricate or whatever.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Good use.
And I was
That's
just
a handy
like,
one.
I
I feel
don't-
like I use that kind of a lot.
I was just like, I don't know what that means.
It's just like a better way to say detailed. More, I don't know. It just makes you sound like an archarchaeologist. I feel like
It makes you sound like your brain is as big as the T-Rex.
What are we? I like how that was the first thing that it popped up in your mind to compare like a big brain to. You're just like, what's something that's really big?
That's because you said archaeologist.
Oh, true.
And I was like, oh well, let's take the
Well,
T-Rex.
actually, that would be a paleontologist.
Jesus Christ, can you just
There you go. There's another.
My brain is
there's another
already
word
pretty
for it.
small. I don't need it to
No, don't
reduce.
say that. I don't know any words in Danish, so you're already way ahead of me on that one.
Yeah, but I don't know half the words in English. So, and you probably know more words in Spanish than I know in English.
Let's see. T-Rex is a small brain though, says Broccoli Man. Oh, there's an interesting fact for you. I mean,
I was talking about the size of the T-Rex.
Yeah, no, not the
actual
T-Rex's brain, the size of the actual T-Rex itself, which is big but tiny arms. You ever seen a T-Rex skeleton?
Yeah, I was laughing the first time I saw one. I was just like, that's so impractical. It's just, I mean, if I was a bird or something from that time that got hunted by a T-Rex or like a land animal, I think I would just stop up and laugh. I think that's the tactic, just like, lol,
Yeah,
you got small arms.
I mean, they have that huge neck though. That's how they like grab everything on the ground. Is they'll just like twist their neck down at you or something. That's a freaky.
That's
picture.
kind of scary.
Oh,
I would probably run from that, even though I thought the arms were funny.
Yeah. Is it possible to be scared and laugh at the same time? There we go. Not a seam on that one. All right, we're gonna have to do this again. Copy paste. But now we actually have a segment that's not. And then we'll just have to join seams one more time, I think.
So Broccoli says, "How old are you?"
How old am I?
I think he meant you.
Well, recently I turned 21.
What? You're
So
an
there's
old
that.
man.
Yeah, can you believe that?
A
lot of people think
have you counted?
None, actually, not yet. Well, as long as this game has been being made, yeah, a couple more probably.
Wow.
None actually. People say I look really young for my age. I have kind of like a youthful face, and I don't really have much facial hair. So, I think most people say I'm more like 17-ish looking,
Wow.
or like 18-ish looking, not 21. People are usually really surprised.
I always have to show ID everywhere I go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have
That's
the
true.
same problem. I don't know if I would call it a problem, because I know when I'm 30 and I look 24, good luck 18-year-olds, but...
Good luck 80-year-olds. Yeah, I like how you're 30 in that situation and you're still like, good luck
No, like the
80-year-olds.
18-year-old boys, right?
Oh, I thought you said
the girls
80-year-olds.
No, 18 years old, right? Because all the boys there are gonna think they're super cool, but I'm
And
like
then you're,
30
like,
and I have
30.
everything in order. I like to think. Obviously, I won't, but you know.
I feel like
And
I
then-
don't know. Like, I would feel kind of bad about a 30-year-old guy that like is like obsessed with showing off in front of 18-year-olds.
Oh, dude, it's the competitive gene. It's not about being
God.
30. It's about competing. Jesus.
No one would be like,
How
what
many
is that
times do I have to
30-year-old dude hanging around here for? And you're like, hey, I look young.
Hey, I can skate better than you. I'm just like, what?
They're like, we don't skate, old man. And you're like,
Are you
"Okay,
still
good,
in
I'll
school?
get it."
Or is this a full-time thing? Broccoli asked.
Oh, broccoli. Okay. Well, let's see. No, I'm in school. I'm in university, an unnamed university. Hopefully, no one knows it. Please don't mention it if you do. I
It's
think
called.
at one point
I have a big brain
it's
university.
called Harvard University.
Harvard. Yeah,
it's-
sure.
It's not too far away from Harvard. Let's just say that.
Okay, so Stanford, no.
Stanford is on the other side of the country, actually, from Harvard.
How am I supposed to know?
The complete opposite. That's funny that you would say that. It sounds like they're in the same town, but they are not. But yeah, no, I'm actually a political science major with a minor in marketing and statistics.
He did the campaign for Trump.
That was, yeah, I was just kidding.
You should watch out, because we have some serious rules on the Discord.
No, that means that if I did the campaign for Trump, that means I'm probably going to be in jail pretty soon.
Oh shit,
four
that's
people from
true.
this
I need to
campaign,
find. Is
got
anyone
in
a modeler
serious
in the
trouble.
chat?
Yeah, you
One
guys
in the
are gonna
chat
have
if
to find a
you're
new model when I've been indicted. Just kidding. No, let's keep the politics. Let's keep the politics out of here. I deal enough with that in my classes every single day, so I'm trying to relax from it when I come home.
That's why we have the rule. It doesn't have anything to do with how often people argue about
Yeah,
this kind of
no,
stuff.
it's not like people will fight at all.
Yeah, no one will fight over
It's not like
whether or
politics.
not. Like,
People never fight about that.
it's like Trump, Hillary. Like, who cares, right?
It's
Like
Trump,
it was.
Hillary.
Like everyone just shook hands when it ended. You know, it's just nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
Joshua
bad to them.
Hawkspiel's already started with the communist propaganda in the chat, so I can see that this
Damn
is
it.
yeah,
Joshua, you're banned.
long gone. This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually study at university, and I'll be finished in about a year and a half, and then who knows what's going on after that. Probably not gonna move. Probably gonna stay in the same city. But let's see. Any other questions? Bye now, Ferrari. You're leaving, man. That's too bad. I'll see you later, dude.
Bye, Ferrari.
It was good having you in the chat. I know this is not people who just joined the stream. I was working on this earlier. I was actually working on the game, and I know this is probably the most. I was making these wires earlier when I was streaming, and I was like, oh, I have to make all these like wire prefabs. This is gonna be the most boring thing you've ever seen. And then I was like, I'll just get that out of the way before I start the stream. And then my last like 20 minutes on the stream have been me joining vertices on this tube so I can cut it out as one mesh, which has got to be one of the most boring things people have ever seen, especially people that aren't interested in modeling. Because I feel like people who are really interested in Blender might find this like
imagine this, right?
Yeah.
You look at a stream and all you see is characters in something called visual code, and you hear some guy rambling very fast about what everything does, but you don't quite get it.
I think I know what stream this is.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this one before.
Yeah. And then, usually it always starts off with like 1 viewer, and then it slowly creeps up to like 20 somehow.
Ooh,
and then
bad.
it completely ends again with like 5 left. Like
Nice.
it's just not the same as being able to see. I think people enjoy. I think with you, people can enjoy your company, but I'm not your social guy, right? I'm more like, I like to do my programming. I will give you, like, I will talk to you, but I prefer not to. And then, I'll be on my way.
Stream, and then you're like, hey guys, welcome to my stream. And they're like, hey, what's up, man? And you're like, can you not talk to me, actually?
No, like, I'll try to talk to people, but it's so difficult, right? Because when you're like a little bit more like, like when you have some social disabilities, it's more difficult to be like more natural, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but I feel like if the
care.
conversation is focused on something you're really passionate about, it's probably a little bit
For
easier.
sure.
I'm guessing that
But, like-
most people in your stream are talking at least something game development related.
Well, often they are new people that want to get into game development and want to learn about programming, but so I'm just talking to people that are interested and not
Yeah.
really like individuals. Like, because someone who's super experienced with code usually won't watch a coding stream, not because there's nothing to learn, but just more because like out of the 100 hours, they might learn from one.
Yeah.
Which is not really beneficial. Then you need to be there for the personality. And everyone who codes often knows, like, some coders are just meh, just like myself. It's just not that entertaining to watch. Like, if you understand the mechanics of what's happening, it can be quite cool to see and watch.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say with this. I feel like people who know Blender like might find this very like satisfying to watch me like merge these vertices, and in the same way, someone who knows a lot about coding might be really satisfied to watch you make something like that works well.
Yeah, but often with programming, what ends up happening, and this happens in Blender too, I know it happens, is they will start commenting on what you're doing because they think they know a better way. And programmers, because we're all like with you, right? You can just say, well, I prefer my loopholes, right? Like, I might get 1 or 2 more triangles or whatever, but it'll do the job, right? I don't care. But in programming, there is really a set guideline for what's best. Like, you get the performance for the performance, right? There's no in between. It's not like, oh, this is only like 1 millisecond slower, right? Like everything counts, because when you add it up to the total picture, you want things to be running fast, right? And so what ends up happening is you start discussing with the person, and you'll just end up having to either stop talking to them, or you will have to, I don't know, I guess you would just have to ignore them.
Yeah,
like, that's it. And then it's just like they just leave after a while, right? Because you're not in line with what their standards are saying. And it's not like they're wrong, because they're right in their own sense, right? Their context and what matters to them is why they're giving that advice. But it's just so hard to get context from a big project by looking at it for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. Although if someone did know a better way to do this, I would definitely welcome
Yeah,
it.
but of course now you're a lot more open to learning, because you just took a major step in your like modeling career,
That's
whatever
true,
you want to call it,
that.
right? And so with me, for example, I have been doing this for like 14 years, so it's not like, and I'm even learning right now. Like, every day I'm learning new programming stuff, right? So it's not like I'm not learning, but majority of all the basics, all the intermediate stuff, and most of this in pretty like you should know this regardless of what kind of program you do advanced, I do know. And so it's really difficult, like, and with such a one way to do things the best kind of mentality that we just have in programming, it's just it's very hard to learn something new for someone from someone in the chat, because it could be so unreliable, and you could have so much performance loss, right?
That's true.
So it's, yeah, I mean, it's not to say it's all bad and gloomy, right? There's definitely good people out there as well for programmers, but it's just often the case that I've found that people really like to discuss, and sometimes it's hard to discuss as well. Like, what am I supposed to discuss with you? Like, what I'm making? I don't even know the final details of it yet.
I don't even know what I'm making.
Yeah, you know, it's like often you write some code, you want to test it out. It's much more fun to prototype, and then what ends up happening is you know, oh, by the way, One Man Studios said studying politics must be hard.
Oh shoot, man, I'm sorry if I missed a comment. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I love to ramble a lot.
No, it's I'm just not looking at. Unfortunately, I don't have my second monitor with me, which is what I used to do. Would just be look at chat on my second monitor like everybody else on the planet, but I don't have one. So if I miss your comment, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, no.
So guys, what you're hearing is, if you want to be noticed, you can pay in the chat. You can super chat. And,
do I have that?
We'll
is
get
that
a monitor bot?
You can do that on my stream. Do I have a super chat like enabled?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't think so.
I don't know how this works. Guys, if you want, you can also Twitch Prime.
Oh yeah. Hey, if you have Amazon Prime. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. But no, politics. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating sometimes. It's just
You once sent me a paper on like 30 pages or something.
Yeah, I do so much writing. I probably write like I want to say like 5 or so pages of like text every day on average, so that like works out to a lot. And I have two 35-page papers due within 2 months, so it's gonna be a real rough one. But yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of what I signed up for, right? Like, I'm just not a math guy. That's not really my thing.
Don't whine now, you little win.
I know, yeah, I can't. But no, the thing is, like, writing is really my academic thing. Like, you know, I'm not a math guy. I'm not really like a science guy. So like that whole like you know, physics thing, I was never good at that, like in high school. So writing was really my strongest suit, and I was like, I might as well, you know, think of something that's like writing related, and this is a lot of writing,
chose the obvious, because every writer wants to be a politician.
Well, it's just like, you know, I'm not really interested in like classical literature, you know. Not to say that that's not something that is interesting.
Wow, did you just?
No,
I
didn't mean to degrade classical literature. I'm 100% honest.
Wow.
But it's just like,
I had not expected that from you. Wow.
I know, such a big brain guy, right? Like, you think a big brain guy, but like, I don't know. It's just like I've read a lot of classical literature, and I'm sure most people that have gone to like American, and I'm sure most all high schools all over the world make you read like a lot of like classical stuff, and it's just not really my thing. And I'm into writing, and I'm also into just like analyzing that kind of stuff. So it's just like political science was really, I think, one of the better choices for me, just in terms of my own academic abilities. But let's see. Broccoli Man says, the Coder Man, I want to go to a study named computer science and engineering. What study do you do to get where you are right now? Well, Nick, actually, I think you have a more interesting story than just school. So
yeah, so I started self-teaching, or was teaching myself how to code when I was 8. So that was a combination of a lot of things. School wasn't so fun. I was very like over intelligent for like in math, not so much in the spoken languages, but in math and stuff. I was way above the average, so it was really boring. So yeah, I started not going to school a lot, and I was just staying at home programming instead. And so I never really went to school at all for coding. I have gone to like 1 or 2, but I was there for max like 3 weeks before I quit, because it was nowhere near what I already knew.
There you go.
I think you can learn a lot from teaching yourself, but you need to have a certain level of discipline, because everyone else out there expects you to know a certain set of tools, and so if you can't provide that, everything you've taught yourself becomes useless. And Kevin, have fun, man. Take care of yourself.
See you later, man. Listen to some music.
No, my parents were not okay with it, for sure. My mom and my dad tried to push me a lot to go to school, but unfortunately my mom and dad weren't that old. They were very young. My mom got me when she was 18, and my dad was 23. so they weren't that mature enough yet themselves, and especially because I wasn't really planned as a child. It's not like they were unhappy that they got me. They were very happy, but it wasn't intentional. So what ended up happening was they were completely on barefoot ground with no real life experience themselves, having to raise a child they didn't expect, and with no parental expertise, right? So
my mouse
so
is...
that oh sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story. My mouse just died. Hey, one man studio, don't say that, dude. Yeah, sorry is right. Weedy HD, hey, what are you making, ATM? I'm actually making a small little power storage unit for, and I'm sorry if you guys haven't seen this yet, I'm gonna make a little storage unit that stores some power out here for this wind farm, for this little post-apocalyptic wind farm I'm working on in one of the areas of my map. So that's just to give you guys a little update. Also, if you're just joining the stream and you're not recognizing some of the stuff you're seeing here, I've implemented some new rocks, some new cliff systems to make a little canyon here, and you can see how they're working here with this cliff. I'm going to be removing the black kind of really geometric rocks and be replacing them with this. I think it really makes everything pop within the map. It serves as a good background, and I just like it better. It's also got my new texturing material, which is my new texturing techniques, which is the second thing I wanted to come to. I have really, if you guys are can kind of tell, actually, even by this map, I went from just solid color, low poly to, not necessarily super realistic textures, but I'm using textures now, not just solid colors, and I'm also using normal maps and diffuse maps and that kind of thing. So these are kind of a copy of the old windmill model, but definitely updated. And I think they look pretty nice in game. So just to answer, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but Weedy asked what I was working on, and I'm making some more electrical components for this area. I just had to finish unwrapping it so I can check it out in Substance Painter and see what I need to fix, if anything. Sorry about that. Let's see if there's any other answers here. Oh, Netherlands, pretty close to where Nick is from. Let's see. I guess everyone was a mistake at the first place. Our parents just lying to us. Whoa.
I mean,
pretty
it's
deep.
not,
I don't know about that
it's
one.
not directly incorrect that I was a mistake in the sense that, well, like, what is a mistake? It's something that you regret, right? Like something
Yeah,
is
I think
becomes
he's
a mistake when you
insinuating
regret.
that,
And so by, like, I'm not taking offense to this, by the way. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny you said it, but you don't really become a mistake until the person that made you regrets it. Like something can become a mistake even long time after it happened, right? So I feel, in a sense, sometimes we're all a mistake in our parents' eyes when we're being really bitchy.
Whoa.
But like, of course, you should be very nice to your parents, guys. Don't but
yeah, hey kids. Hey
yeah,
kids.
hey kids, stay in school, okay? Be good to your parents. No, but yeah, definitely.
How come no one ever wants to know where I'm from? They always ask where Nick is from.
Because I'm exotic.
I'm from Australia. Don't you know?
You're not from Australia, you little snakey snake.
Well,
Can't hide in
crikey,
here.
mate.
Crikey. Crikey, that's a bit crocodile, eh?
Oh, what's going on with this one?
Okay, let's see. Weedy says, your rocks are amazing.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Weedy, I think you, of all people, should know that. Ooh, what do you think about this, Nick?
That does look pretty cool.
I think
Weedy, the last one.
Of all people, you should know that my rocks have been a work in progress, and that I came from nothing. I came from no rocks. I came from the Blender default square. Oh, okay, Shen is Australian. That's really interesting. I didn't know that. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done that accent if I knew. Yeah. I would not have done that. Sorry about that, Shen.
I would not. I regret my decisions.
Hopefully
I have life regrets.
Ooh, what do you think about this material?
Wait, let's see. I don't really like that one.
I don't like that as much. I like the blue one better. I think that looks more like... Alright, cool.
I'm from Denmark, Broccoli Man.
But yeah, Snow, he is from Denmark. I love your speeches. You're really inspiring, boy. I think Nick really has something to say most of the time. I think people just think he's a little long-winded.
Is it that bad?
I think people think you're a little long-winded.
Yeah, sorry guys. I know I do talk a lot. I do talk a lot when I get started, but I feel like I have so many words to say, and it's so hard to, like,
once he gets going,
compress them. Yeah, like there's like maybe 1,000 words, and you guys want maybe 250, right? And so in my head, it's better to give you all of them because then you got 250 times 4. So I gave you more than you were expecting.
And just like that, you're starting again. No, I'm just kidding.
And so with that,
rocks to riches. Weedy says, yeah, the rocks were really bad at first. No offense. Okay, come on, man. You're supposed to pretend they were good.
Actually, they were really horrible.
I know. Everyone knows that. Come on. Dude, what do you think about...
No.
Okay. I was going to say wooden supports around the battery. Looks very, like, apocalyptic.
No. What happens when it catches fire?
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's
Jesus
see here.
Christ.
I think
do you
I'm
not
going to
know
do the
physics? Hey, who's the guy in the chat that knows quantum physics?
I already told everyone that I'm bad at science.
We need a lesson here. Someone needs to help us.
I don't think that's physics. I think that's thermodynamics.
Whatever. He knows it all, you know? He knows quantum physics. You know how everything
That's
started.
true, yeah.
Okay?
No, he does know. He does know everything. All right, wait. I copied
Okay,
that later.
Broccoli
Why is it
Man,
not letting me
we need
paste
a
it?
lesson. What happens when you put wood near electric stuff and it goes bad? Tell me.
No, I think it's
And then
for
it goes
sure
like
electric.
nothing. It's pretty much, it's okay. There's nothing going on. Only if you directly put it in contact with a spark or some crap like that. I don't know what that means. What are the Brioquil wavelength? Did you just like name something after yourself, like the broccoli wavelength?
The broccoli wavelength. Broccoli wavelength.
I know it might be a lot of work, but you could make those like pools yellow and have little lightning bolts. Oh, that would be spicy.
I think I would add that as like
It would be only
Oh.
visible when it's on.
Wait a minute.
And sometimes it would be random.
Okay, wait. I think I have a good idea. No, I don't know how I would pull that off. I think I would want to do that as a particle effect instead of a texture on the actual model. I think because that would give me more control over it and it wouldn't be as resource intensive.
Yeah. So One Man Serious says wood does not conduct electricity, boy. No. But
That's
if
true,
lightning
but-
strikes down in wood, will it go on fire? Yes, it will. So
Does wood
Can't argue
conduct
with
electricity?
logic.
No. Is it one of the most flammable things out there in terms of construction materials? Yes.
yes. Yes.
All right, I think I'm gonna do some let's just get some rust in here, man. Let's just get some rust on these screws here,
Man, why you always gotta rust it up, bro?
dude. It's
Alright, 'cause
rusty.
it's- I will tell you later if you don't do it. I know. I
What?
will. I will tell you to do something about it. Like if you don't,
Well, you gotta tell me now, man.
just put rust on it.
Oh, okay. No, I will. Don't worry. Okay. And then I think for this one, what do I want to? What does this gotta be made out of? Okay, it's gotta be made out of.
It's the wavelength of the moving electron.
We gotta get more science in here.
Yeah. Does someone else have a big brain like broccoli?
Let's get
I
some
think we need-
diversity in topics, though.
Yeah. So anyone does transgender? Sorry, I shouldn't have. That was rude.
Let's
sorry,
keep
guys.
it apolitical.
Apolitical. What does that mean?
That means without politics.
Apolitical. Oh, right.
If you
Okay.
say- if you use the
So guys, we
prefix
need
a.
someone that is an engineer, okay? And we need someone that studies the Ice Age. We need someone that knows quantum physics on normal physics. Broccoli, that's you. You know who I'm talking to. And we need someone that does games, maybe a studio for free. And then I think we're done.
Nice.
I think we have a game. Huh?
Okay.
A fact-checked game.
Fully fact checked.
Yep.
All right. I don't like what's going on here. Better. Okay. And then I'm just gonna add. This is what I do for dirt. Just if you guys are into substance painting, if you guys are into dirt, I like to use Rust Fine. Whoops, that's not what I meant to click. I like to go for this upper and lower support. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Rust Fine. I'm gonna drag it onto here. I'm going to go into masks and I'm going to create black mask. I'm gonna close that. Actually, I meant to not create a mask there. I'm going to delete this.
Oh.
Layer.
Maybe we could tell people a little secret.
What's that?
About the alpha.
Yeah.
About the.
I'm
the
listening.
single. Yeah. So guys, this is something we'll tell everyone on Sunday, right? So it's not like a big deal. We were supposed to tell you earlier, but we forgot. So just pretend that we didn't forget, right? So the networking part isn't really ready for many reasons. Partly because I've not had that much motivation at all, because I don't know, I'm trying to get it back, but we decided to do it so that you guys will still be able to experience the alpha by building the game in a local client, so you won't see other people than yourself, but you'll be able to explore, and maybe, depending on how much time me and Shift can get together, you might be able to do some things in the game as well, like maybe shoot or something, but don't rely on it. It's not like, because shooting takes more than just a script, but yeah, that's the basics. So there definitely will be an alpha where you can play the game, where you don't have to worry about network crashes, and then you can play in the game single player, and then when we get to a later alpha, the networking part will be ready, and you guys will be able to see each other. So we did not change from multiplayer to single player. It's just for this alpha, because the multiplayer's part is not ready.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good that's a good way to put it.
We might not have NPCs because we don't even have NPCs for the network part yet. And if you want to have complex NPCs, you need to, like, we could fake it, right? But it's just like, how much detail are we gonna have fake adding in where we could put, you know, other hours into those, you know, other things. I think it's called beta. Well, right now we're in a pre-alpha, right? So in a pre-alpha, it's not even an actual alpha yet. It's a pre-alpha, which means that it's before even the earliest builds. So this is, you guys get to play exactly what we're playing. And then when we get to a more, you know, control stage where we can have the base stuff working, like you can log in, you can get on a character, etc. We can start having alphas, because what that basically means is that we have an internal build that's further ahead of you. So we're testing things, and we want feedback on something specific, concrete. We want feedback on something, right? And then when most of our game systems are working and everything, you know, practically should be working, now we want the small things refined. That's when you have a beta. So
also, let's see, if you can see what I'm doing right now is basically, I was about to mention this technique. If you are interested in how I do dirt in Substance Painter, I take the rust coarse material, I change it to a brownish whatever I'm feeling in terms of dirt, and then I put it over my base material. I create a black mask on it, and then I paint it on with a brush. For this specific model, since this battery is going to be sitting on the ground, I like to do a coarser layer of dirt up around the base, where, you know, people's foot, you know, wind, whatever, kicks up dirt on this. And then I just like to do a rough pass over the entirety of the model, just so it's not perfect metal and it just looks like there's dirt around here. I'm going to go ahead and copy this layer, and I'm going to put it onto the port, and I'm going to put it onto the supports as well. And so you can just see how I do that. Alright, let's see, it reminds me of Minecraft's first versions. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be done in a similar way. You know, it's going to be, Minecraft, I think, did, you know, a bunch of different alpha releases, and we're planning on doing a similar thing where we implement stuff over time. So I guess on a very base level, yeah, it's similar. Let's see. I'm gonna paste this
later here. On in game's life, there will be NA servers, right? Will there, Shift?
I hope so.
You meant to say yes.
Yes, there will be, of course. Of course. You think I would leave my own country out of this?
Of course you would.
What? No, don't say that.
What?
What?
No, like, of course we're gonna have NA servers, and probably even multiple. Then there is asked, are you gonna use a launcher for it? Not for the first alpha, no. You'll be able to download the client through our website, through a link. But no. Later, yes, but not for now. Make people being able to host their own servers for people, that's something you could do next. The game is not even done. Having a server requires networking. That part is not done, so not possible. Also, there are further complications with having people host their own servers. There's a lot to do, especially because we're not 100% decided yet on whether or not it should be free to play 100%. Or what. I'm pretty sure we have had a lengthy discussion about this, and I feel like I'm pretty sure what we're gonna choose, but nothing. Like, I think we still have to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, there's still some stuff that has to go into it.
Yeah. So depending on what happens there, you know, there's also a monetary value in whether or not players can host your own service and stuff like that. And I don't want to make it sound like everything is about money, but at one point you need to consider the fact that if we don't make any money, there is no future of the game per se, not because we can't develop it, but because hardware costs money. And at some point there's going to be too many of you, and you guys are like sweet
people,
but you guys weigh a lot in bulks, you know, and the hardware, I mean, all of you're all very skinny people, I know, and I love you all for it, but when there's 10,000 of you guys, like many few makes a bunch, right? Or whatever it's called. I don't know the analogy, but you get the sense, guys. So no microtransactions though. We're very keen on that, right? We don't want microtransactions.
What do you think about them like writing? So this is where the cable is gonna go in. I'm thinking about like putting like a little electricity sign. I don't know how you even do that. And then making them write like danger or something.
Oh, I would like that. So guys, we thought about something. Maybe some of you guys can give feedback on it. We thought about maybe doing something like Patreon. The reason why we haven't done it yet, some people have suggested it. The reason why we haven't done it yet is because we feel like we don't have enough to actually show you guys to be able to live with ourselves for taking money, right? So we want to be able to know that you guys know when you support us that we have something to show and it is, you know, real, right? So we thought maybe to add some benefits when you support on a Patreon. This one is not 100% sure. This is an idea we have tossed around, but maybe if you pay like a certain amount of money, you can get access to like a weekly meeting with the developers. Now we have weekly meetings, so you would be basically listening into what we're discussing. So you would get a more deep dive. You wouldn't be able to ask questions per se, maybe one or two or something like that, but generally you would just be there hearing what's happening behind the curtains. Now, of course, as I said, nothing is final. We haven't really 100% decided on anything yet, but something like that. We were hoping, like, maybe some of you guys don't even care, but maybe you could give some feedback on it in the chat. It would be very, very appreciated.
I kind of like this, like, yeah, I think you made a really good point. Sorry to just go off on a tangent, but I kind of like this. It's like the dude just like scrawled this really terrible, like, watch out, you can get electrocuted, like warning on this battery, and I think it looks kind of cool, like from far away with like the dirt even kind of covering up the paint somewhat. Just adds a little bit more detail close up to the objects.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Did you see what he wrote?
Well, just put. Oh nah. You're really gonna have to up the price on that one, buddy.
Yeah. Well, 2K? I will do for 2K. Like, I'll show a
2K.
little bit of my stomach. I mean, I think that's more than some even like, you know, adult actresses get for a photo shoot. Don't you think?
What does a lightning bolt look like? Lightning bolt. I want to do like.
Okay, here's the question, R1. Would you pay for that? Because I will do it.
No, don't encourage them.
Obviously I'm trolling, guys. I'm trolling. But would you?
But for real, no, I'm trolling. Yeah, but for real.
But for real.
I'm joking. But what if I wasn't?
Yeah, what if I wasn't? How would you feel about that? What? Rev. Oh shit,
Ooh,
I saw Rev just joined.
Check it out. Just kidding.
Okay, so no one really gave any feedback on it. Guys, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, that's how uninterested they are.
Yeah. I saw we were about to discuss how you would feed me food for the rest of my life, and
what?
You guys just totally ignored. No, I'm just kidding.
Was that even part of the deal?
No, wait, I don't think so. God damn it. No. It's a joke, but like, I'll do it. Yeah, totally. It's a joke, but you know, if you're interested. Oh god.
I think that's like kind of.
There's probably people that do that, right?
Probably. I'm sure of it.
Fuck. Oh man, I'm trying to get better in Rocket League. It's just not, you know, I keep practicing the same things over and over again, and it's just not paying off.
What do you think about this, Nick?
A
little lightning symbol on the front, and then we got a little danger.
Maybe it should have been yellow though.
I like to think
Maybe you
this
can-
guy doesn't have access to yellow paint, but if he
Bro,
must-
come on, man. It's yellow. Maybe like a little bit like maybe you could paint a few yellow stripes on it.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah, because then he's not
Ooh.
like, oh yeah, I got all the yellow you need. He's more like,
oh yeah, now we're talking. I actually really
Hey.
like that. Wow. Okay, cool.
wow, yeah.
That could
I
be like
know,
the
I'm
symbol.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What do you guys? Wait. Let me do a little. Oh wait, I do not want to render this while I'm on stream. But what do you guys? Let
Wait,
me know what you
do
guys.
you not have the
I'm
new
actually
Blender?
really happy. What do you mean?
Oh, you're in
No,
Substance
I'm in
Painter,
Substance
sorry.
Painter, and they use this render engine called L-Ray, and it takes like 15 minutes even to like start up for me. It's like, and like I don't want to do it like, but I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I'm gonna start
Nice.
doing like more like intricate details on the models like this in the future.
That's awesome.
What
That
I'm-
looks 10 times better than anything you made before. Like,
God, I'm
like
so
in that
proud
same-
of it. I'm so proud of it.
You should be.
All right, okay, guys. Tell me what you think. I really like the way this turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what my pipeline is like for exportation. So what I'm gonna do is open my export textures folder. I'm going to create a new folder here. I'm gonna call this small_battery because I think that's the .blend file if I'm not mistaken, or something somewhat close to that. I'm gonna go ahead and hit File, Export Textures. I'm gonna select exported textures. It was called small_battery. I'm gonna hit Select Folder. I'm gonna hit Export. Okay. It's going to take a second because there's a decent amount of texture work going on this model compared to some of the other ones I've done. Yeah, man. First playable alpha is going to be coming soon. So you're right about that, Rev. Yeah, no, you're right. And as soon as it's done texturing, I can stop stalling. Okay.
So
all right.
guys, so then we wait.
So hey guys. Alright, so here we are. Now we have it is in small battery. I'm going to take, alright, now I'm going to prepare Blender for it. I'm going to go to models, or no, I'm going to go to textures first. Well, you know what, I can just go ahead and bring the small battery model into Blender, into my models folder. Actually, you know what, this might not work. I think I have to export this as a separated version of the mesh, which it is currently not, so I'm going to just hit Control-Z a couple of times to separate the mesh. I'm going to go ahead and hit File, Export as FPX, small battery. Okay, that means I'm going to have to delete the one that I imported, so delete that. Hit delete, go out here, get my small battery again, go back into Blender. Alright, cool, so that's in there. Textures, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder for this. Actually, you know what, I could just copy this folder. I'm going to copy small battery, gonna go into Blender, and I'm going to hit, can I paste? I've actually never thought, no, okay, I don't think that's, I'm just gonna create a new folder for it, call it small_battery, open it up. I'm gonna create 3 subfolders in it. I'm gonna call this one raw textures. Actually, I'm just gonna create 2 subfolders, and I'm gonna call this one normal maps. Whoops, where did that other folder go? No. This is going to be called raw textures. And then the new folder is going to be called normal maps. Sorry, it's tough to type because I got my mic right in front of my mouth, and that's right in front of my keyboard, so like my hands are like going around it. Alright, so now I have the raw textures here. I'm going to open up this folder. I'm going to open up my exported textures. I'm going to open up my small battery, and I'm going to take all the way down the line all of these different, let's see, textures here. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. I'm going to drag them into Unity, into my raw textures folder. Shift, can you show us the guns? Actually, yes, I can. I can show you something I've been working on, gun-wise, terms of textures. Let's see. Alright, so all of these textures are imported. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the small battery mesh itself to the map here. So let's go to models. I'm going to drag in, let's see, small battery, it's not popping out at me, what's going on here? Small battery, alright. That's a big battery, so I'm gonna, actually, and this worked out really well because the port is gonna be facing outward, and that's gonna be cool because then the player will be able to see that danger detail in the texture right off the bat. So I'm just gonna size this down. This is still very big. I do not want it to be that big. I want it to be about human size. So I'm going to bring that up a little bit like that. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to the port because I don't like how the wire is kind of, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Alright, cool. That's going to be like the battery. Now let me just hit play here, and we'll just run over to it real quick. Yeah, that's about the size that I wanted. You know, it's just like a human-sized battery type thing. Cool. All right, so that's in the map. I'm just gonna quickly click on. Let's see. I'm only gonna add a mesh just to save resources. I'm only gonna add a mesh collider to this mesh, not this mesh. I didn't mean to click that one. This mesh and this. Nah, those all need a mesh collider. Okay. All the other stuff the player is not going to be able to interact with, so there's no need to add a mesh collider. There's, you know, it's at least right now, you know, it's not like we have some projectile flying around that's supposed to bounce off of it. So then we're going to go back into textures here. And we're going to go to the small battery, raw textures.
How tall are you? Reedy asks.
Textures. How tall am I in real life? I'm a little on the short side. I'd like to say I'm close to like 5'9", so definitely shorter than average, but not like outrageously short. So people are like, "Whoa, that's a short guy." Like when I'm standing around a normal size like man, you know, it's not like I have to like look upwards or something. Let's see, what is this? This is the.
Myself, I think I'm 6'1".
I think you're a little bit taller.
Yeah. Yeah. 6 or 6'1". Something like that. I don't remember exactly. For some reason, I'm still growing a little bit.
I think I'm growing a little bit too. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself, but.
No, I am growing.
Let's see, 1.84 meters. That's a good idea. Let's see how.
That's about 1.6.1 or 6.2.
Feet and inches to meters. So let's say okay. So I'm 5. Let's see, approximate divide. Okay, so I'm 5'9", so that would be 5.75 feet, right? So I'm 1.75 meters. Is that right? No, inches would be a better guess here. So let's see, inches to meters. So let's say I'm 5'9", so that would mean I'm 69 inches. So I'm 1.75 meters tall. If that means anything to you guys. So you're 1.85. Let's see what that's like. 0.85. Well, so you're 6 feet tall. Okay, so you're a couple inches taller than I am. People grow until they're 25. Yeah, that's. Well, I've heard. I don't know about you, Nick, but I've heard like conflicting reports on this. I've heard 21. I've heard like 20. I've heard like a wide range.
I heard the brain itself actually stops about 23, but I don't know.
Yeah, brain I've heard is 23. Right? Brain I've heard is 23. Yeah. Your body never really stops changing overall, but in terms of like height, I don't know. Ooh, that's looking good already. I can sense it. You can see the danger. Look at that danger. All right, and then let's see. And then this is the small battery inner support. Okay, this is the battery outer supports. Okay, cool. And then this is, I'm guessing, the top and bottom. Okay, so it's all textured. I actually have to make these a little bit less reflective. That's not reflective, and then these just have to be less reflective. All right, now this is where textures actually start to look really good, is when you bring in the normal maps. Check this out. Okay, so I'll go out. Actually, small battery raw textures. I don't know why there's 2 raw textures folders. That's very weird. I'm gonna bring both of these out just into small battery. Wait, I want to delete this, but I don't want to delete the contents of it. Of course, that's what it did. Okay, we'll start over. Folder raw textures. Kind of a mistake on my part there. Sorry about that, guys. Normal maps. It shouldn't take too long to retexture. So we'll just go into raw textures. We'll go here. We'll drag all these back in. It might even retexture the model. Who knows? Close that. It did not, unfortunately. God, this is gonna be impossible. I hate the way this looks with this purple. What even are these? Okay, that was the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, that one's on there. We'll bring the smoothness down. Let's see. Wait, you can make little flies around it. That's actually a good idea. Maybe for when it transitions to night, that'd be a cool particle effect to do, like a fly particle effect. And when it's nighttime in the map, you see this glow coming from it, and you see the little flies getting zapped by it, like moths surrounding a little light bulb. That's a good idea, actually. I'm gonna make a note of that. Good idea. Let's see. Oh my God, one man is 1.91 centimeters. Let's see.
No, 1.91. Oh, 191. Yeah, it's not
191.
point.
I don't. Okay, wait. I wish it would. I want cm to inches, so I can quickly convert that into feet. So he's 191 centimeters, 75. Oh wow, 6'3".
He's what I like to call a
Big guy.
giraffe.
Big guy. Very very cool, man. Wish I was that tall. Although I don't know. There are definitely people that are a lot shorter than me that I would feel bad. Like I wouldn't want to be a guy who's like 5'5", or like, not to say that that's bad, but there, I know some people are like very very short, so I hate to complain of like someone who's like 5'2" or something, a guy who's like 5'2" or 5 or something like that, because there are very short people out there, and I don't want to like take, because 5'9" is not that bad. I mean, no one is like, whoa, that guy's so short, but you know, I don't want to complain about having it bad when I don't. All right, okay, so that's back. That's good. That's what we wanted. Now I'll go to the normal maps, and this is what I was saying, is this is where it really starts to look good. At least I think. What did I just do? Okay. I'll just drag these. I don't think I'm going to apply the smoothness map for now. There really isn't a whole lot of difference, just because I'm not making anything shiny, you know? This is all really matte stuff. So the smoothness map really doesn't concern me all that much. Alright, so this is the bolts. Alright, so we'll open those up. We'll put the normal map on. We'll hit fix, and instantly you can see that they react to light now, and
Bang!
it gives it a 3D look.
The mess is gone.
There, is that an infomercial? All right, so
Yeah,
this is the coil. This is gonna look really good. Watch this. Ready? Look at that. Do you see that?
There's an ad going on in Denmark, which is like for something called Silly Bang.
Yeah.
Maybe you have it too, but it's like bang, a schnauzer weg, which basically just means like bang and the germs are gone. But it sounds much better in Danish.
Oh, it's like a cleaning product?
Yep.
Huh, and the germs are gone. It's a good tagline. We'll get your support. That'll get your attention. Alright, and then one more, which is the upper lower. And now you're really gonna see a big change on this one. There you go, look at that. Look at that. Like it, I like it. So now I think I'm just gonna turn this into a I'm gonna turn this into a prefab, I think. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna delete this stones random group because I'm not gonna be using them anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting in my own new rocks, so I'm gonna delete those. I'm gonna take this battery, let's see, battery small, and I'm gonna put this into my prefabs folder here. What'd I do? Didn't mean to do that. Put that at the top. Nope. Okay, whatever. Close this, prefabs. Drag this into the prefabs. Original prefab, there we go. Now I want to drag another one out here. But I want it to go this way. And then I'm just going to have a cable going from this one over to that one. So I'm going to delete everything over here. This is just extraneous material here. Sorry, I've been watching chat. Let's see. Yeah, rock purge. The rocks are gone, which is a good thing in my book. Kind of liking the way these models look. So we'll just take one prefab segment of the cable here and just kind of route it into this thing from the coupler. I like that danger. It's just like a nice little detail there telling you like, hey man, watch out. Okay, cool. That's there. This I'm gonna bring up a little bit more. Awesome. Cool. I don't mind those so much. And then I want them to feed into like a bigger version. Let's take a look at what it looks like in game. Kind of plan to study, but I want to watch the stream. Well, I think you know you could do both at the same time. Wow. I don't know. I kind of like the way these look in game. Once we had some particle effects, and like imagine you walk near it and there's just like a buzzing sound effect, you know. Pretty pleased with it. This is the first time doing like kind of a smaller detail, and that really I think makes stuff pop. Really gives you a sense of scale, and like I don't know, I like that. And I think I'm gonna do, you know, that'll just be like the little logo to tell you something's like electrical. I want to redo, Nick, those inner panels that are actually attached to this part of the windmill, and that'll look really cool if I do like a lot of detail on it. Like the little fuse box thing. pleased with these. What do you think, Nick?
Sorry, my Discord is half in front of my second screen.
Or are you watching share screen? Oh, so you get stuff. Oh, I should have done share screen so you can see stuff ahead of time. One quest is steal all the electricity without getting caught. There's definitely going to be some quests involving these electrical farms. I think that's something that Nick and I have really talked about. Not in terms of like specific detail, but more in terms of, you know, we want these to be a part. And actually, Nick, something I changed, I don't know if I made you aware of it. I really didn't tell anyone, but as you can see in the trailer, this looks so barren without the rocks, but it's going to look so good with these new rocks in it instead. On the trailer for the game, the announcement, you can kind of see that there's a couple. There used to be a village up here actually, with like 3 or 4 windmills, but I want to make the windmill farm like a central location. I don't want there just to be like random mills all around the map. I want it to be like, you're like, oh, the wind farm, oh, that's like this place right here, you know, like I know this place. Yeah. Wow, I love, yeah, this collision is like very well optimized, I think, too. All the parts on the inside of the coil you aren't even going to be able to touch, so they don't have any collision on them. I didn't put any collision on these either, because I think it would be, number one, they're Bezier curves, which means it would be like a very complicated mesh collider, and you couldn't do like a box slide or something like that. And then number two, they're just on the ground. It would be super annoying if your character like popped up every time you walked over one. So I think I kind of like them without collision. At least right now, it doesn't seem to affect any part of gameplay. A lot of these other models you're seeing right now, if you guys are just joining the stream, a lot of these other models you're seeing now are things I'm going to end up replacing. Not necessarily the meshes so much, but more so the textures, just to make them match a little bit more. These buildings are going to be replaced. As you can see, this kind of gives you some idea of what my old construction method looked like. And while this looks, I think, good for what it's trying to do, it just doesn't. It's so unoptimized. It's crazy how many tries are in this one chimney compared to all of the new model, like probably all of these models sitting right here. So in terms of optimizing and saving space, you know, all of this overhaul, while it takes time, it's just going to be way better in the long run. Let's see. Sorry if you if I'm not replying to your thing. I just glance at chat when I have the time. I was just walking around there. Sorry about that. Rev said, I really like the stream, and that sucks that I missed that comment, because thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I really like the stream too, so I'm glad that other people are enjoying it.
Wow, you're so full of yourself.
Not in a bad way. But just, you know, I like the stream in terms of the people commenting and the people watching what I'm doing, you know, because I could just be making this on my own, but it just, you know, not only does it do wonders for motivation, you know, that people are taking notice of your stuff and commenting on it and giving you ways to improve and so much and such, I should have said. It's just like, you know, it's just like it's fun to be able to interact with people while you're doing something that would otherwise be a little monotonous. I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and not, no, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I think what I want to do next is like a little sign, kind of warning you of the electricity of the windmills just standing up. Let's see. Never mind, quality is back. Okay, yeah, let me know if anything dips, and also let me know if my voice, I want to be definitely louder than the music. I want the music to be a background feature, but when I was watching some of my other streams, it seems like the music was just so overpowering. And also, I want to make sure Nick's voice and my voice are on the same level, and then the music is just something in the background. Never mind, quality is back. All right, good. And then Rev said, but I'm glad I made you happier. Yeah, man, I really appreciate it. That's something that's just like, you know, I'm sure this is so cliche and I say it all the time too, but like, you know, you guys don't have to be there. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Everybody's gonna leave now, but like, you know, it's cool to be able to have people watch what you're working on and make comments on it. I appreciate that. So this is gonna be, I think, a wooden board with another wooden board on the top of it that's gonna have like a logo of or just a painting of the lightning bolt symbol, just to show you that you are indeed in a dangerous zone. So I'm just gonna make 3 meshes here. Is gonna encompass this entire sign. It's going to be, I shouldn't have just made that bigger on its own. It's going to be the signboard part, which is just going to be wood. It's going to be the post part, which is also going to be wood. And then it's going to be probably something on the back holding the metal on, just like a rusty bolt or something like that. And then I'm wondering if I want to make this like a little off kilter like that, just like a little bit off. And then I want to make this a little bit taller, I think. And then remove this a little bit further up the board. I want the person, just scale wise, I want the person to be like a little bit small. I want this to be like kind of a big sign actually. It's like that. Maybe a little bit. Okay, maybe make this a little bit shorter. Let's see. What is the weight of the game at this time? Not sure what you mean by weight of the game. In terms of like what system does it run on, or I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but if someone can clarify in the chat, then let me know. No, I see your comment. Oh wait, yeah, I see your comment, man. I'm confused as to what the weight of the game refers to. Oh, he's doing it. Alright, let's just make this a little bit smaller. Oh, weight in terms of... Okay, he spelled it like weight in terms of physical weight. In terms of like how long it'll take you before you can... Well, the finished product is of course going to be, you know, that's going to be a while. But in terms of being able to play it more recently, or, you know, in a closer time span, you should be able to play in just a few days actually when we launch our open alpha. So that'll be really fun. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what he means. Hopefully that's what he means. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit taller than the player, these electricity signs. Oh, the game files weight, the actual size of the game, I couldn't tell you that at this time right now. I could probably do
800 megabytes, I think.
This current map, you think?
Yeah.
Or the last time we had a build and run?
No, last time it was like 500, but...
Oh, where do you view the file, or the...
You right-click your folder and go...
Oh, like if I built it and ran it?
Yeah, because we had it on the collapse, you know? Or
yeah.
collab or whatever, not collapse. So it said it was 500. But yeah, you can also just right-click it.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, if you ever... I mean, it's not going to be like Grand Theft Auto 60 gigs, but... You know.
Yeah, I think it'll probably like the first, like when the game actually releases, it's probably like way closer to maybe like 4 or 5 gigs, which is pretty normal for a game.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty... I'll call this sign board, sign_board. Yeah, if you're a sign borad, God, board. Okay, cool. I'll call this material sign_post sing. I knew I was gonna write that _post, and then I'll call this just bolt. All right, cool. Nice. All right, I'm gonna delete this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and mark some seams real quick so I can make sure that these are all lined up here. I'm gonna select both these sides. I'm gonna choose mark seam. I'm going to select each one of these, and I'm also going to choose mark seam on those, and then I'm going to unwrap it and see what it looks like. I'm still very much a novice on marking seams and getting UV maps set up. Sometimes it takes me a couple times before the textures are all lined up as they should be, but hopefully I can get this one working without too much trial and error. So let's go ahead. Actually, I don't want Smart UV Project. I just want to go ahead and hit unwrap. That looks good. Everything is going the correct direction. That's what wait, is it though? Okay, but these need to be, let's see, if I select everything, these need to be the same width as these, otherwise the texture offset is going to get a little bit weird. So I'm just going to bring these in a little bit, just so the textures aren't stretched over on one side. That should be fine. Okay, cool. I like that. This one, all I need to do is just a Smart UV unwrap. It doesn't, yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. That's cool. And then for this last one, I might just be able to get away with a Smart unwrap. Yeah, honestly, I can. All right, perfect. Those are all looking pretty good, I think. How long do I think I'll be streaming for? Probably a little bit, probably a couple hours longer, actually. I have a decent amount of time, and I'm really kind of on a roll, and I'm enjoying the conversation, and I'm hoping some more people will join soon. But probably a couple hours longer, actually. You know, if you have somewhere to be, I'll probably still be streaming when you get back.
You hear this, guys? It's not in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's when you get back from whatever you.
Hey, this time, I'll be here when you get back, not the other way around.
Wow.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna call this warning underscore sign, because I think that I might be able to use this for more than one thing. Right now, it's just going to be a warning sign though for the electrical farm. Warning sign FBX. Cool. Actually, I should have combined that before I exported it for use in Substance Painter. So I'm going to hit Control J on my keyboard, and I'm going to combine that, and I'm going to re-export the FBX as warning sign. I'm going to close these folders, go back into Substance Painter. Really like how this turned out, so I'm just going to save it, which is something I don't normally do in Substance Painter, which is something I probably should. Just because
I don't even save our textures, like what kind?
Well, no, I mean I export them so they like exist, but I don't save the project files, like the .spp project files, just because normally when I export it and put it in Unity, like I don't know, I should actually do that. So, Rev says I need to pack my school bag, make my homework, and I want to end my game menu, but I'm watching Shift Guy. Hey man, I don't want to keep you back from doing anything that you have to do, but you know I'm happy for you to hang out. Actually don't want to export this one. I'm done with that, so I'm going to close down this menu, and I'm going to hit New File. Select that sign, FBX. Okay, we're all good on that one. Okay,
what
open
time
up
is
the
it?
old sign.
Oh,
For me
9.
right now, it is 4:24 p.m. Alright, so this is, I'm using this texture called Planks Old, which looks kind of nice. It's not realistic. It's definitely very much a hand-painted texture, but it looks nice and wood-like for my purposes. So that's the one that's been my go-to wood texture. So I'm gonna use that on the post, and I'm gonna drag the same thing onto the signboard. And I'm gonna keep it. If I rotate this 90 degrees, and then what if I change the offset here? It needs to be exactly 90 degrees, and then offset has got to be this way. Okay, that's fine. But what I'm gonna make it do is, what I'm gonna make it look like is that the sign was painted white on one side, and I'm gonna add like some splatters because they like didn't do a good job because they're more concerned with food than artistic skill in this world. I'm just gonna hit the bolt with a nice rust fine layer there just to add a little color pop to the wood. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to the sign.
Maybe have a bolt at the bottom as well.
What's up?
Maybe have a bolt at the bottom as well. Otherwise, the sign will be like dingling.
Well, I'm gonna have
like
to start over then. But if you want me to do that,
it's just because you know, like the the sign will not be still, right? Because it'll be.
That's true. All right, let me go back into Blender. Hit Control Z a bunch of times until it's separated. Take this, hit Shift D, bring this down here. I want to offset it. I don't want it to be directly under the other bolt. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. I'm gonna give this the same material as this. Okay, these are all combined. All right, perfect. Now I'm gonna hit Control J on these, and I'm gonna hit Control J on everything. Did I forget to unwrap this? Oh no, come on. Separate, thank you. Nope, they should all be okay. I'm gonna hit Control J, re-export this file. Export FBX, warning sign, export that, close that down, open up Substance Painter, delete my current file, discard, select. Alright, now let's get going on it. Alright, now we have bolt on both. So I'm gonna hit both of them with this fine rust. Cool. Okay, now I'm gonna hit with the Planks Old. Cool. Let's see. By the way, someone shot a guy 8 times at the train station, and I was on my way there. Oh my god. Did you hear the shots at all? Or was it a little
That's your first question? Did you hear the shots? Sound like,
well, he mentioned that he mentioned the guy died. He said while he was heading to the train station, someone was killed, so I was guessing he wasn't at the train station. I hope you are okay. I hope you weren't involved in any way.
Jeez, how insensitive are you? Like, wow. No, I'm kidding.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, that really sucks. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's really rough. Okay, Nick, I need your opinion on this. Do you like this board oriented like this, or like this? And then I can change the offset so it won't have like the same like pattern over and over again. I think that looks like some nice boards put together.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then what I'm gonna do, this is my technique next. Usually to just do a paint, I'll take this plastic matte material, I will change the base color to white-ish, not a just total white, because that never looks good. And I turn the roughness way up so it's not shiny. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mask tool, add a black mask to it. I'm going to go into my brushes. I'm going to choose the artistic brush here, this like paint brush, and I'm just going to make it look like someone tried to paint over the front of it in white. And then there's just going to be some coming off the board, which I kind of like here. Just like some paint around. And then, actually, I like the paint just flowing down. Look at that. See how it just flows down into the cracks? That's kind of cool. But I'm going to add a little bit heavier. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to make in black here. I'm going to add another layer here. Yeah, I'm going to go back to materials here. I'm going to add the same plastic mat in again. Again, I'm going to turn the roughness all the way up. But this time, I'm going to make the color a darker like black, and then I am again going to put a black mask on it, and then I'm going to go back to my brushes here, and then I'm going to paint thing here that says warning. No, wait, I don't want to put warning. I want to put the skull and crossbones guy under here. Wait, so he looks like this, I guess, like two eyes, and then like a little nose piece here, and then these things, the bones here, and then above him in yellow I'm gonna put a lightning bolt symbol. But I think I should, no, it's big because the people are gonna be, yeah, so there. I'm gonna take another material here. I'm gonna take this, put that there, turn the roughness up all the way again one more time, make it yellow this time, not that bright of a yellow though, that's more green than yellow. Subdue that yellow a decent amount. And then one more time I'm going to go to masks, hit it with a black mask, and then I'm going to take this brush and draw like a little symbol here. As if he was getting shocked by lightning. And then I'm gonna make the brush a little bit smaller, and then I'm gonna go back to the black mat, or the black mask here, and then I'm going to do a little outline of it. I don't like the way the lightning bolt looks. I'm gonna undo my past work here. There we go. Go back to this one. I need a little bit more control, I think, on this brush. Hey Shift, gotta now eat something and do homework. Have a good stream. All right, see you later, man. Yeah, you might want to get to those the work stuff you have to do. Hey, keep it apolitical, guys. As I mentioned earlier, please don't talk politics in the chat.
Apolitical, also, for those that don't have a big brain, means don't talk political.
Yeah, okay? Keep it unpolitical and keep it anything but politics related. Actually, I think we should keep some other topics out there, but just keep it light. Don't like that. All right, see you later, man. All right. Cool. I think this is looking a lot better. There, now I'm gonna go back to this mask and outline it. There, now you can actually, maybe, now you can tell that there's some electricity going on here. Cool. What do you think, Nick?
I think it doesn't look good.
That's what I'm wondering.
I think the skull needs to be more skull-like. That looks like a ghost.
let me get a reference here. Human skull.
And also, usually the crosses, they don't just signalize crosses, they signalize
No, it signalized bones, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that, but let's see. Let's go to humans. See, I'm trying
Also,
to.
I think your skull is too
Let's
thick.
go painting.
Maybe like a thinner,
Human skull painting. Human.
like
skull.
pirate flag. You can go pirate
Oh,
flag.
pirate flag, yeah. Pirate flag. Ooh, that's still pretty complicated.
Yeah, but like you don't need to do that. You just need.
Yeah,
to
I was trying to
obviously-
do something more like this, more basic. Let's see here. This one is really what I was trying to go for. Okay, so let's see here. Let's delete this black mask then. And then I will add this again. Actually, wait, I didn't mean to do that. I just want to delete the actual mask part of it. Oops. Let's see, clear mask. Okay, now let me try again. Let's see, what did this look like? Let's see. Hey, yeah, license is expired, unfortunately. What's up, guys? If anyone shot a gun, don't shoot it in a closed space. Yep, oh yeah, that's, the echo will really get you. Let's see, and then it goes kind of like down like that. No, I don't like that. And then out more. What about something more like this, Nick? And then
Yeah,
these-
that's much better. Something like that in that style. Now I'm not seeing the full thing, but yep, much better. And then maybe some wiggly lines at the mouth. So like kind of to kind of show that you're showing the top part of the skull.
So like, wait, maybe
So there's some
something like this?
teeth at the bottom. So it's just like cracks or whatever. So
Let me see if I can. Let's see what I can do.
So it's like it's just wiggling, you know, like up and down, or
Oh,
or
the
you know
bottom
those,
part
yeah,
of the face.
yeah. Or you can do what you were doing with the what is it called? The
I was
white
gonna
thing.
take a white mat here. Let me do one more. I'll put this up here. Roughness all the way up. Whiteness. Let me just copy this one, and then let me put a. Whoops. Delete that. Put a black mask on it, and then I was gonna do something like this. Whoops. What do you? Come on. I want to do just like a small like. What do you think about this? Add a little teeth in there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think what you should do is not do that. I think you should make that entire line black, but at the top of the line, like inside, like close to the nose, you add like small white like lines in between, but not so they fully go through.
Okay, wait. Let me undo what I did then. So you like this, and then like this.
Yeah, this I'll have to see in like
All right. Well, let me know what you think as soon as possible, because I don't want to.
okay, yeah, something like that. Yep,
You like that?
exactly.
Alright, cool.
That looks a lot more, but you need one of the points in the middle. You have almost no black stuff. You need more like there, I think.
There's
Maybe
there's a upper thing in the wood. I think that's what's preventing me from painting on there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
either way,
there's
this looks
texture on
much
them.
better, much more.
All right, cool. And then I'm just gonna add a quick outline to this. I think. Oh, that looks kind of like drop shadowy, and they don't have that much artistic talent.
Artistic, or do you no?
What?
No. Nope.
Also, I can't read chat right now. I was reading it off my phone, and my phone died.
Yeah. So you
me-
guys know, pay us on Patreon so we can get him a new screen. It's for
Alright, I
development,
like that.
guys.
That's cool. That's kind of telling you, hey man, don't go over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new back and export textures. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna get something else here. All right, I have something else here I can reach out on. Hold on, guys. Give me a second.
Your iPad?
Yes. My phone was dead, but I'm pulling out another device here to read chat off of.
Guys, you don't need to support Patreon anymore. We have found a pool.
That's true.
We have-
Yeah. Looks like a light bulb. I will come back, I promise. Alright, Rev. Sounds good, man. Yeah, if you got work to do, don't want to hold you back. If it's not that important, though, you know, come on. Stick around. Warning underscore sign. Oops, not an underscore. Sign. Alright, cool. Open this up. Go to Blend. No, not Blender. Actually, I do want to not combine this and then export this FBX again. So let's go ahead and go to File, Export, FBX. Export this warning sign. Go to here. Alright, we have a warning sign folder created in our exported textures. I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Export Textures. Go here, go to Export Textures, go to warning sign, hit select folder, hit export. I have homework, but it's online, so I can watch you at the same time. That's the best case scenario. I think that's the best case scenario. Alright, okay, warning gone. Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the warning sign mesh, go into Unity, drag this into the models tab, and I'm gonna go over here. And I'm going to warning sign right here. I'm definitely gonna make it bigger. Maybe not that big. Maybe this will be like more human level. But there'll be a couple of them, I think, sitting around. Alright, cool. Can you guys even hear the music, by the way? I actually do have music going in the background, but I want to make sure that people can actually hear it. You cannot hear the music?
I can't, at least.
Alright, shoot.
Oh, wait, no, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on Discord with you. Sorry, guys. I'm
oh,
sorry.
yeah, he's not watching this stream. Alright, cool. It's not too loud, though, right? Let's see. Ferrari. What's up, man? Welcome back. Hey, were you the one where I promised that I'd be back when you came back? So, yeah, I guess I lived up to my promises. Let's see. I don't want to. What's the best way to view this? I want to view large icons here. Alright, so let's grab all of the albedos here and just drag them right into here. I'm going to create a folder called raw textures like I have in the past. I'm going to drag these three in there. Cool. Now I'm also going to create a folder called normals like usual. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to grab all my normals. And I'm going to go back into Unity, drag them into the normals folder. Awesome. Now I have both in Unity. Hey, come on, man. And then I'm going to open up this thing, go here, drag this on there. Cool. That sign is on there. I'm going to drag this on here. This one's easy because I know which textures go where just right off the bat. Drag this on there. Okay, cool. Now let me go back out of it. Just let me make sure that all of these are not reflective, because this is wood, which really doesn't reflect a whole lot of light unless there's a decent amount of varnish on it, and there is not on this. Actually, let me go back into my raw textures and I will drag that on there. Okay, cool. We're good. Now let me go out of here into textures and go into my normals.
I heard we have a pool somewhere.
There's a legend of, oh, well, in game there is a pool right here. But
well, there is also the legend about.
There is a legend about the pool, but that's not something. It's not something the Jedi would tell you, to be honest. I'm just kidding. No, you know that meme.
There is a legend, guys, but myths or legends has it that when you know about it, danger is coming soon. Like.
And I've known about it forever. Does that mean I'm always in danger?
No, you were in danger. You know what happened last time the pool.
I know what happened last time the pool was opened. Yeah, no, everybody's well too aware of that.
Everyone, not everyone. There's a lot of new people. Like, why
that's
do you
true.
keep
Yeah, no, that's true. I shouldn't.
Everyone was here for.
There we go.
Jesus,
look how.
So
okay, just check. Can you watch the stream for a second? I want to show you this. See this?
1 sec. I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay.
Okay. See how much this sucks?
Yeah.
Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Well, it's gonna be a little bit delayed for you, but check this out. And then. Yeah, look at that. Look how much that changes everything. Wait. On stream, I'm doing the wrong thing I just did. But if you look. Yeah, it's so hard to tell. The video encoding does not do it justice, but there's normal. Adding the normal made it look so much better.
You made me lose out on a goal in Rocket League. How dare you?
Nice try. Nice try. Isn't that one of the things you can spam?
No.
Oh, I thought they had like a
Say
good
nice
try.
shot.
Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, or a nice block or nice save. Or what a save, sorry. I don't know why, but every time I say something and I mean to say something else, I always use like the Danish word like eller, which means like or.
Oh, I have heard you say that before, yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it's because it's
funny.
like, I don't know. It's because I want to say this, but then I'm like, or no, you know, like I'm trying to like fix whatever I was saying.
Alright, and then behind this house, which I'm also going to redo, maybe even on this stream, I'm going to build a bigger generator, like a bigger like holding area for these small batteries. That's going to go back here. Alright, cool. Let's see here. I'm trying to imagine how I want this to look. These are nice. I like the way these look. I think it'd be cool if maybe there was one like laying on its side back here, over here, kind of like half in the dirt. So I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna take the prefabs here, and then I'm gonna drag this on its side, and then maybe let's see, maybe we can have it so one of like a couple of the objects are like missing. Maybe the coil is missing or something. That would look kind of cool. And I can actually do that by just hitting delete, opening the oh wait, I don't want to shoot. It's gonna make me, I want to delete it, but I don't want to delete the prefab instance. Shoot. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to delete this then. Maybe if I copy and paste, I can do that. Let's see. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Well, I'll have to create a separate prefab, I think, that has this. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, can I copy and paste prefabs? No, I guess I'm just gonna have to copy. Maybe not. Dupe Dog, what's up, man? I was wondering if you'd join the stream. Welcome. We just finished making these little generator type things that are going on this wind farm, and I also made this sign that kind of shows you, hey man, if you get close to these, it's not gonna end well for you. So there we go. That's kind of cool.
Stay out.
Yeah. Hey.
Or you're gonna be electrocuted.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna have to go ahead and drag the model back in and reapply the textures to it, which is kind of annoying, but no, that's something I can handle. And I'm gonna go ahead and just delete these cliffs. I'm so tired of these being in my. I'm just gonna delete the stuff I know. Also, as you can tell, this might give you some idea of how this is how the windmills used to look. And as you can see, you get the same idea. You don't get the same like brick by brick individual, but this just saves so much more space, and I think looks better in the long run. But it gives you an idea of what I've changed since I've done it, since I've redone the thing last time. And I'm gonna go ahead and delete this as well. Delete that. What's something else that's... Oh, someone was asking about the gun earlier, and a little Easter egg is you can see a little textured gun here. This is not going to be the final texture, I don't think, of this particular gun, but you can kind of see what it's a revolver. If you can get up really close to it, you can see that it's like a revolving rifle, and that's going to be one of the weapons that you'll be able to use in game. So there's a little Easter egg for you. Now this small battery I'm going to drag into the map
with a new texture, maybe.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, it's gonna have a new texture, of course. That's not that was me messing around in Substance Painter, seeing if I could import them. It's definitely gonna have a different texture. I'm gonna use the textures that I've been using recently. Alright, so I want this in here. I'm gonna delete that. Oh wait, I really can't delete this? Children of Prefab. It's a child of a prefab. You can unpack the prefab to remove its prefab connection. So alright, how do I go about doing that? Oh, unpack prefab. Okay, I think I got it down. I'm just not super familiar with the system. So in that case, I don't even need to re-import the model. I'm just gonna go into my prefabs folder. I'm going to drag this in here. I'm gonna go ahead and go to battery 2. I'm gonna go unpack prefab, and then hopefully that will allow me to take the coil out. There we go. Uh-oh, what's that? There we go. There's just a shell of one. I think that's kind of cool, just laying back behind this house. You know, it's just like used to work, now it doesn't. There you go. That's kind of cool. All right. Let's see. You should put a hidden tech 9 somewhere. Honestly, that crossed my mind to do something that was a reference to my tutorial video. I think that's a good idea.
There's a rock in the game.
Well, I didn't. My original tutorial, I think they're talking about the Tech 9
I know,
version.
The Tech 9, bro.
They do. There is a rock, which some people I think would argue is the superior Shift Cinema Easter egg, but who knows? There's actually even. Oh no! Poor Rocky has been massacred. I deleted all the rocks in the scene, and his poor little sunglasses are just floating there. That's such a shame. Lil Hagaskolon. Oh, Kevin Pettery. Sorry, I accidentally said your extended name. He's gonna go. That's too bad, man. You were here since like the very beginning of the stream, so thanks very much for sticking around.
Thank
I'll
you
see
so
you later.
much, Kevin,
Yeah.
for all your kind and bad words.
He never said anything bad.
Yeah,
How
he
could
did.
you
He
say
was
that?
like, he's like, what an antisocial person. And
That
he was
wasn't
like,
you. That was
"What
the
about
broccoli
you?"
dude.
Yeah, and then he said, how about you use your rotting brain?
No, that was the broccoli guy, and I don't think he was.
Yeah,
talking
yeah, but he doesn't. That's still.
Well, the broccoli guy
mean
was talking
words.
about you. Okay.
No, still mean words.
Yeah, that's still mean.
He's a mean
words.
guy.
Don't talk about the
Timothy.
rock. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Wait, what, Rocky?
Well, remember I had that Rocky Easter egg in the map, and just his sunglasses are floating there. No, I posted on general about it, so I don't think it's a secret.
It's like
yeah.
he was like, don't.
Well,
talk
he'll be
about it.
somewhere
I was
else.
Like, and then I was like, what? And then
He'll be somewhere
the
else. Don't
idea-
worry. Don't worry.
the idea would be like, no, you don't get it. He said, don't talk about the rock. And so I said, what rock?
Oh.
And then you just went with your foot like, oh, what's
I just put my
here?
foot right in my mouth. What a shame. All right, let's work on something else then. Let's work on like a big generator storage unit type thing, which I think I'm gonna make in 2 pieces. I'm gonna make a couple of big coils, and then I'm gonna make like an actual like generator attached to it. Maybe actually in the middle. So let's do this. How do I want to do this? I think I want to make. Let's see. Hit Control B on this one. Bring this down here. Alright, very cool. Bring this out more. Oh, this is a real slow jam. I'm liking it. Alright, cool, like that. So that'll be one side, this will be the other. And then I'll do a couple of like pipes. Let's just make these 12 verticals. Good evening, Shift. Peter, what's up, man? I should say
Good
Peter. I always
evening,
say
good
Peter.
sir.
Good evening. Yes, it is a good evening.
I come from the
That's true.
1900s in
Some
Britain.
people still say good evening.
Bro, I chill. I was just having some.
I think some people
Fine.
Definitely still say good evening.
Okay,
Alright.
let me put it like this. If you say good evening,
It does give you. I think
then you
if-
have to say it with like an old British
you have to say it like
accent.
you're a vampire welcoming someone to your
Yeah.
castle. Good evening.
Yeah, like, good evening, sir. Would you like to come inside?
There we go. I'll add it like this, like that. There are some cool things I want to test out in Substance Painter. These hard surfaces, which I think can add a lot of detail to the mesh. See my question regarding the demo release. Let me see if I can see it. My basement flooded all the melt. Oh shoot, your basement flooded, man. That's rough. Melting snow. I did not see your earlier question regarding the demo release. Good evening, good sir. Okay, there, yeah, there you go, Nick. You got what you wanted.
Good evening, good sir.
All right, and then
My name is Alfred. If anyone knows that meme
Alfred.
or that reference,
Is that a meme?
you know, Sir Alfred,
No, I can't say that. I
Batman's
understand.
butler.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ!
I
Like,
don't know,
where
man.
have you been?
I'm not familiar with Batman.
You don't know
Yes.
Alfred? Like, what kind of what?
Who knows?
I don't watch super villain movies and shit like that.
Super
all the
villain
time,
movies.
bro. Yeah, like obviously the Joker in there,
Yeah,
and,
oh yeah.
you know, is the one of the best villains. Like, I would rather say the movie Batman and the
Batham.
Gotham City or whatever Sorry, is about the Joker, not
Batham.
Batman, obviously.
Oh
Like,
yeah, The Dark Knight, the movie The Dark Knight. I think that's
Yeah.
certainly true there.
dude, Joker there, best Joker ever, like, hands down.
Yeah, a lot of that was Heath Ledger, and he tragically
Yeah.
died right before the movie came out. And a lot of people say he had the best like Batman or superhero villain performance of all time.
He was good though.
Quite
Like,
the actor.
like,
Yeah,
did
he
you
really
know
method
he-
acted that one apparently. Like he would
Yeah. Did you know he was inside a locked room with no like other people to talk to for like a month?
just. Oh, really? To get
And-
prepared for that role?
Yeah, and his food would be served like without him being able to like talk or anything to the person.
Did
And
he do
then,
that to himself?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah,
get
it
in
was
role?
on.
Wow, that's amazing.
They told him he shouldn't do it because they thought it was too dangerous
Really?
for his health. Yeah.
That's really interesting. Well, actually, the guy that played Batman, Christian Bale, is like one of like the most known
Yeah,
actors
yeah.
for like changing
Did
his
you-
body to get in roles and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
so wild.
Did you see the one where he just goes like to almost dying?
Yeah, the machinist or whatever, where he's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
he
where he's
apparently
just-
ate like a can of tuna and an apple every single day for like 4 months, and he just dropped off so much weight. And that was right after he was in American Psycho, where he's just like shredded out of his
Huh.
mind. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
But like as he says, right? It's kind of like when what I said about earlier with the competition stuff, right?
Mhm.
Like you want to do everything you possibly can do to get you to where you need to be, right?
Yeah.
That's the competition, and so he just obviously it's not like compared to the rest of the actors, what he does is like beyond and over, right? But
Oh yeah.
it just still shows like how much you can push yourself if you're competitive.
Yeah, it's wild, and he was
It's
just
crazy.
in a-
Like I respect that. I mean, it's not always healthy, but I respect the dedication, right?
yeah,
And the-
yeah, it's definitely not
art.
good for your body, but it's like it's such a dedication to the art, you know. It's like
Yeah.
you know they're serious. Like if I have an actor like come if I'm directing a movie and the guy's like so crazy like that to get into the role, I'm like I would be so confident in him like just giving a great performance.
Yeah.
To early fans of this stream, I did this a couple hours ago, so I hope you're enjoying it again. I want to make a different type of coil this time, so everything doesn't look the same. I could just like take those batteries and copy them over, but I really don't want to do that. I try not to use the same mesh more than a couple times in the same area. Otherwise it just looks like he sat there with like a cloning tool, and that was kind of, I think that's one of the areas where I was just not experienced in the first few like games I ever worked on or tried to make. I would make one mesh and hope that it would be able to cover like so much area on the map, when I realized like you just have to put in the work to make it look good. Yeah, it's possible to do stuff like I did with the cliffs, where you can create a certain number of prefabs and then, you know, reconfigure them to create new things, but that's where you have like very inorganic shapes. For stuff like this battery and this coil, you know, you just can't take shortcuts with that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, and it doesn't even involve making new meshes. You could just create new textures for stuff, but in this case I didn't want to create a new mesh.
So Duke Doctor asked about the gameplay of the alpha and stuff like that, and Weedy basically, you know, that's
Filled them in.
what Weedy said. It will most likely be single player, or it definitely will be for sure in the pre-alpha though. Remember, this is a pre-alpha. This is not even an alpha. I want to stress that a lot. So there's a big difference, right? So
yeah, this is
I
gonna
don't
be the
wanna go
first
over that
playable
again.
product that we've ever released. So it's just
it's
like
not even playable. Like to call it playable. Kind
playable
of
is in
like a joke,
quotation
but-
marks, you know.
But you can explore. It's like a sandbox.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, and then there probably won't be guns, maybe, and then definitely we are not expecting to have any NPCs. But maybe something will find its way in, but
Yeah.
it'll not be like. It'll be done in like single player code, right, or whatever you want to call it. So.
And you know, that's not to say, I think some people might, just so people don't get the wrong impression, these will, you know, NPCs we're hoping will be a feature, you know, guns will be a feature, you know, it's just we just want to make sure that people don't think that this reflects any sort of, you know, final product, because it does not.
I mean, if you think the pre-alpha is a final product, I think we have like you have a more fundamental issue going
Well,
on.
it's just people who come across it right off the bat and they see a game and then that's what they see, you know. I think people who just don't take the time to make considerations.
But that's like
I don't know how many people that
What's it like?
you know, actually describes currently, you know, in
I mean,
think
if you
most
don't know
people
what
are
an
pretty
alpha
aware
is,
of what
right?
a product is.
if you don't know like what an alpha is, then you should ask, and then
Also, people that don't know what an alpha is probably aren't even going to be playing, you know, aren't interested in
yeah. So
anything close to our game, so.
I mean, I think it's fair to point out like some differences, but guys, like the alpha is an alpha. Like we don't play on any different client than you do. So that kind of, I guess, puts it into perspective in a sense, like kind of.
Yakubo the Lord asks, what am I making right now? Right now, so if you're just rejoining the stream, I made these little small generators for collecting electricity. They're just these coils, and together they kind of are connected here, and then together I want them to go back here behind this house, which I'm going to be remaking. Probably not doing a whole lot of changes to the mesh so much. I mean, I am going to be starting from scratch essentially. It'll have the same basic shape, so I'm not worried about the placement of the other meshes that are conjoined with it. But I'm going to have these connect, and then I'm going to have it run back here to like a big generator that's going to be sitting back here. So that's basically what I'm working on. Kevin Peteri, or Petri, sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, says, how y'all doing?
You're just butchering names today.
Well, we don't know that.
Profession?
We don't know that for certain. Change profession? What do you mean by that?
To butcher?
Oh, nice one.
Jesus Christ.
Bad joke.
I thought it was good.
No, that is good. It's just like you know,
guys,
someone
vote
gets
in
you
the chat.
Hey guys, vote in the chat with what? God, that'd be cool if we could do like straw poll or something.
Yeah, like,
that should be for my
good joke. That would be funny.
I want to do a straw poll that like determines my next action. Like if I like go get what? Actually, here. I'm gonna do a straw poll in chat, okay? And I promise that whatever I say, I will be bound to. Okay, there's 10 people here right now. Okay. You can only do 3 options. That's kind of a bummer.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, we'll say pizza. And I will get what people say. I'll say, what's like another option?
Burger. I don't know. What are you making a straw poll for? I don't.
What I'm gonna eat for dinner.
Oh.
And then.
Yeah. Oh, and you can also put Chinese. Everyone loves Chinese.
I'll put Chinese. Yeah. Oh, more. Okay, sweet. I'll say burger. I'll say burger and fries.
You could also like, instead of pizza and burger, you could choose like Indian as well. Cause like they're practically the same, but. Yeah.
Sandwich, which is up to your choosing. If you choose sandwich, oh, pasta, that's a good one. I'll say Italian. Italian food.
Italian.
What's one more? People who have like never been to the street will like open up this like, oh, show cinema, what's this, and be like, what is this?
Yeah, cause that's gonna happen.
Italian food. So we'll say in parentheses, we'll say pasta, and then I'll say let's see. Let's say Chef's Delight. I have no idea what that is. All right. No duplication checking. You guys can vote as many times as you want. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Where's the chat? How come I can't chat? Why is it? Oh wait. Oh god. I'm so stupid. I thought I was on my stream. Okay. All right. Paste in chat.
You really have like your IQ have gone down drastically since the stream started.
Yeah, I'm not a Tyrannosaurus brain man anymore. Also, hey, if you're just joining the stream, we have a Discord that's really fun. People are hanging out there, and sometimes they post things. So yeah, that's one for you. Yeah, go to the poll.
Sometimes they post things.
Yeah, go to the poll. Actually, I'm gonna say poll for stream. Please answer. I don't know. I feel like by the time I'm done with the stream, I'll be like kind of hungry, and I just finished all my groceries. Like I finished all the like food I had in my fridge. So you know, I'm just gonna walk down the block and get something to eat. I think.
Walk down the block, bro.
Walk down the block. Yeah.
Like Tupac would have said.
That's the thing everyone says. If you live in a city, in America, that are divided into blocks, then I will be walking down a block. Although I guess if you've never heard that term before, you would definitely assume it's like a Tupac lyric, because that's definitely something he
walk
says.
Down the block, shoot them. Wait.
You might want to stop there.
I did, okay.
Alright, let's see what the results are at right now. Oh, I gotta vote. I'm gonna say Chef's Delight. Chef's Delight is at 25 votes. Let's go, boys. I don't know what that means.
What?
I should not have added that
What?
because now this is not gonna be taken seriously. 42 votes for chef. Yeah, just
I
keep
think-
voting. Just keep voting.
I chose Chinese, but I can see we were kind of like in a. There's not so many people that are into that.
It's not a popular option.
No, I love when like I used to as when I was younger. Just like every time I would know that we got Chinese, I would just be like, fuck yeah.
Dude, it's so good. What's your favorite Chinese food thing?
I love the the chicken that they put inside like I don't know what to
Like
call
in a
like,
dumpling or something?
No, it's not in a dumpling. It's just in like some oiled
Like fried chicken?
bread. Yeah.
Oh, is it like
those
like they have like orange chicken or like General Tso's chicken?
I
Where
don't
it's like
know.
it's like little pieces of fried chicken.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's like America has like a very Americanized version of Chinese food that like aren't like really like it's not like Chinese, like it's stuff like that is like Chinese inspired, like dumplings and like I don't know, like
So
spring
it's
rolls
like
and stuff like that.
it's almost kind of like
fried
soft
rice.
bread
Soft
where
bread.
they put the chicken inside
Uh-huh.
and then they boil the bread with the chicken inside. And then what ends up happening is that you get this delicious warm bread with the chicken inside of it,
Mm,
and it's just so delicious.
gotta check that out.
And
Let
it's
me see
like
if they
it's
have it
small,
close
like
by me.
it's pieces of so it's not like it's like a decently sized piece of chicken, but it's not like a whole chicken, right? So they probably make many of those.
And
out
it's
of a
like
single chicken.
inside, it's like breaded. It's surrounded by bread.
Yeah, like
Oh.
oiled bread.
Oh, like
Or
fried
it's-
bread.
Yeah, fried bread.
Ooh, that
I
sounds good
suppose.
actually.
Yeah, it's really delicious. But
Actually, do
you
I want to
always-
do like a sideways coil? Oh, I think I have a cool idea for how this could look. I think I want to do like a sideways coil and then a couple of them stacked on top of each other. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Dupe Dog. I really appreciate that. Dupe Dog is like the go-to guy when it comes to giving me like tips to speed up my like workflow. I'll check that out after the stream, man. Thank you. He always comes through so clutch with those.
Yeah, Doob Dog, he
All right, let's see what the poll's at right now. Oh my God, Italian pulls ahead. No votes for
Italian.
burger, no votes for sandwich. 93 votes. Let's see, 53 for
I
Italian.
feel like burgers kind of like
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's like the default option, but I thought
Yeah.
Chef's Delight was gonna win.
I thought Chinese was gonna get at least more than guys. Can we get one more vote?
Are
for
you the only
Chinese?
person that voted for Chinese? You think?
No, I only voted once.
Oh, okay.
Guys, one more vote. Oh, see, we got one more for Chinese.
All right, good.
One homeboy out there.
Is that your
important.
favorite?
That's
Is that
a
your
win.
favorite takeout food?
Either that or Indian.
Indian?
I love butter
That's like-
chicken or
That's
dal.
like something that's
It's really
popular in
good.
Europe, but it's not so popular in the United. Even in New York City,
you
where I
get-
live, it's like not very popular.
If you get
Indian
some
food.
really good Indian food with like butter chicken and dal,
Yeah.
and you get some rice with it, and then you can get some bread as well, some Indian bread.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it's
It's
called.
naan
but
bread?
it's Some what?
And it's N-A-A-N,
yeah,
I think.
naan, yeah.
I've had
So
like
you get some
Indian
naan
food,
bread.
but it's like not but like at a restaurant. It's not like a big popular takeout thing in America.
Yeah.
Which is weird because
And then you do that, and then what you do is while you eat the dal, you put some of it inside the bread,
oh, dip
with
it in
the
the bread.
rice.
Nice.
and with the dal, yeah. So you get the rice, the dal, and the bread,
Ooh,
and you can just take like a bite of that. That's really
that
delicious.
sounds super good.
Yeah. And then of course the butter chicken, that's chicken with nice ingredients. So
What is butter
or
chicken?
spices.
It's just like a
Butter chicken.
Yeah.
It's just it's like flavored chicken, I suppose, with some sauce.
Sounds
I
pretty good.
like it.
No, I've had like Indian food a couple times before at like an actual Indian restaurant, but I always hear about like England and stuff like that. They're like obsessed with Indian food as like a takeout.
Yeah, they have like a mile long like street where there's only Indian restaurants.
Oh, sounds like your dream.
No, it's not like I love Indian like that. It's more like I think the general food is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I ate Indian from this one place where I was
Mhm.
just like, oh god, I wish I never ordered.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hit or
So
miss.
you can get it in those two qualities. Like you need to pick the right place.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the same with a lot of takeout. I feel like it's like if you're buying the food and then leaving the restaurant, like they can kind of not be great with it, you know? They can kind of slip one over on you. It's not like a restaurant where you can be like, oh, I want this meal sent back or something. I don't know what, I don't like this side area here. I don't want these to come through. Maybe I'll just put like a control panel type thing. Or like a vent. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Use more Boolean. I have not. Just because you guys wanted me to. I love naan. Bye now. Alright, see you, Ferrari. Thanks for
Naan is really good.
Chinese
Like,
is...
it's even,
Oh, wait! Nick, man.
What?
Oh, Chinese... Okay, I thought Chinese was about to win, but it's only overtaken Chef's Delight. Only 2 votes for pizza. It's a sad one.
I think pizza is nice, but you know, pizza's just that one guy, and when you're out, that's just always has to be weird. You know?
But yeah, I know
It's
what
like-
you're saying.
Nice for a night, but not like, you know,
Yeah.
or can be nice for a night. Like that's why I always save my pizzas for when I'm hungover.
Yeah. You like cold pizza?
Well, I will order when I got like when I'm hungover.
No, I'm just like wondering if like you know how like people save
Yeah.
pizza for leftovers. put it in your fridge.
Yeah. I think if you order the right kind of pizza, so there's a few different kind of pizzas, right? So there's the one where they, and obviously this is not meant like a particular pizza. There's the one type of pizza where they put like a garlic oil on,
Yeah.
or similar. That is just horrible to eat when it's cold because it's like it was really meant to be eaten when it was hot, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
The
definitely
oil
agree on
just
that one.
doesn't have the same flavor. It's gonna not taste that good. It kind of ruins the pizza. Then you have the simple ones where there's just some meat on it. You know, not a big deal about it. Those ones are usually pretty good when they're cold. The same with salad pizza.
What is
Salad pizza is, yeah. So salad pizza is where they put, you know, just salad on the
like
pizza
lettuce and stuff
on
like
top of
that?
the cheese and that, and then they usually put like some kebab on it or something.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then you know if you're into that kind of stuff, they can put tomatoes and that stuff on it as well. But I prefer mine without. And then of course always like a little bit of salad dressing, and then you basically just it's like almost just like a salad, right? Like
Yeah.
a kebab salad, but in a pizza, and it's just
Sounds good.
it is good. I like it. You can get too much of it, and also because usually the people who make it here tends to be like, I know this is gonna sound horrible, but like immigrants, like that kind of type of restaurant. So, like usually there's not that much of quality.
Yeah,
like,
I mean
you know?
takeouts are usually run pretty cheap, you know.
Yeah, and so
It's not a restaurant.
yeah, but like there's like 0 restaurants that really make them that much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously because they want higher quality, but I really think like a pizza like that, like I know it sounds weird, but and I would probably never talk about pizza this way normally, but like if you gave it a little bit of quality, it could probably be pretty good.
That's so crazy that pizza is like such a thing here in terms of like there's like a million in New York at least. There's like a ton of like very like high-end pizza restaurants. And it's weird hearing like people from the other side of the world who's like pizza's like not considered like a good thing like quality wise, but like it's like people are so obsessed with like high quality pizza here.
I think I don't know if this is an American culture thing, but I think you guys have a lot of obsession about things being the best, you know? So I know it, and that obviously shouldn't be taken as like there's no like that doesn't mean things aren't good. Like they probably are.
You heard
really
it
good,
here
right?
first. America is the best.
But there's like this obsession with, you know, America being the best, things being the best, right? So I think you guys are just super, I don't know, into the idea of something being number uno, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
not that that's wrong or anything, but I think it just adds like this natural take to these kind of places, just having like a number one or like high end stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys like to pay more if you think it's quality. Where here it's like, I won't pay like because there's a bunch of quality. I want to pay if it tastes good or something like that. Like that's more important, I think. Where with a lot of American brands, this is not just America, but like Apple and stuff like that, you really pay not for the quality, but for the logo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot of the time.
No doubt.
Yeah, but not to say that America doesn't have great things or anything like that, but I just feel like that's the general sense of like why it's probably so different.
I mean, pizza is really, I mean, technically it's an Italian thing, but like pizza as like we know it today is like very much a result of like Italian immigrants in New York City. And so I think it's just like, you know, they have this like pizza culture here in America already, whereas like it came from there and spread to the rest of the world. So, oh, look at the poll. Let's see. Did someone rig it to for something else? Chinese has won.
Is Chinese winning? Well, you're
with
getting
126 votes. Congratulations. All right,
so
honestly, I'm
have
fine
some
with that.
sort of fan.
That's okay. I like Chinese food. I'm gonna keep that, and then I want to do something over here on this side, but I'm not sure what I want to do. I want to do like some kind of like turbine thing. I don't know. Maybe just completely delete this side. And then I'll restore this side with... Oh, come on, what did I do? Alright, delete this side. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit... Select all these. Alright, hit F. There we go. Restore that one. Wow, we really got on a weird topic of a weird tangent of pizza.
I don't know. You think it's weird?
No, it's just so funny that it's in this context. That's something we were like talking about, you know.
I guess so. And if you take the context, sure.
And then inside here, I think I'm gonna do like a little bit of like a turbine fan type thing. Deep Dog says looking good. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. This one's taking a little bit longer than I had initially expected, but oh, this is definitely something I could like animate too. Maybe I should I'm gonna make the turbine bit separate from this, and I'm just gonna animate the turbine within this thing. I don't think that's a bad idea. Alright, cool. I need to add like some sort of like control. Nah, I guess not. Alright, I don't want to overcomplicate things. Alright, so let's see what all needs to be done here. So these needs to be converted to a mesh. Alright, that's good, that's good. Alright, these need to be seamed, marked as seams. I'm going to combine these here. This is going to be difficult to unwrap, unfortunately. So I'll select the seam going up all the way this way. And then I'm going to select the seams that surround it. Or the edges that surround it, rather. These will become seams eventually. So take those two. Yep, there we go on one side. And basically seams, basically from where you mark your seam is where the model will be unfolded. So it's essentially like pretend you have a 3D tube made out of cardboard. The seam is where you're cutting your scissors into the cardboard to open it up. And then you would apply whatever image you want on there, and then you'd close it back up, and it would be textured. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit mark seam. There we go. There's a seam like that. I'm gonna do the same thing to the
Weedy
bottom
is
one.
still voting Chinese.
Is he? All right. Well, you've already cemented your victory, man. All right. I should probably delete this.
Delete what?
I posted it in the general chat on the Discord. Which, by the way, if you're just now joining the stream and you're interested in following what me and Nick are doing. It's a little project. Currently, prototype name Ice Age, but we're gonna think of something more final soon. We do have a Discord though. The link should be in the description of the stream. If it's not, let me know and I'll paste it there. you know, or someone can just paste the link to it in chat. I'm not sure how that works. Mark Seam. All right, these are both marked. All right, I'm going to combine both of these, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Control J there, and then I'm going to make them have a new texture here, or new material. I'm going to call this coils. Coils, and then I'm going to go ahead and select it, go into the compositing view of Blender. Hit A, hit U, hit unwrap. We have two nice coils here. They're kind of weird on the let's see, it was when it's at 50%. What's going on? Oh yeah, Chinese 50% of the votes. Very nice. Okay, let's see here. So these are kind of weird on the UV map themselves, but at least when I put a texture on, the texture will be straight and will flow with the pattern of the coils. This I'm going to create, I'm going to make all of these the same. I'm going to hit Control J on that. I'm going to call them coil supports.
Kevin says he's really gonna go this time.
Really gonna go where? Oh, you're leaving, man? All right. For real, this time. For real this time. Yeah. Just kidding. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. I'm gonna call these coil.
Yeah,
inner.
don't leave. Don't leave, Pete.
Inner. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, come on. How'd that happen? All right, cool. I'm gonna call this turbine underscore housing.
God, I'm so tired.
I'm gonna call these connection. Actually,
it's 51%. What are you going to order?
No, I mean if it's the majority though, that's the thing. Does one have the majority? Because if it does, then that's the thing I'm gonna order.
Okay, so I think right now
does it look like Chinese
has the majority.
All right.
Alright, guys, it's Chinese, right? And let me check.
For this one, I'm not going to mark a seam on these because I'm just going to add a solid color to them.
So yeah, 159 votes are Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Second place is Italian food with 112 votes.
Ooh.
So.
Alright, let's call these
314 total votes.
Oops.
It's kind of sad, guys. No one voted for burger and fries and
That's
sandwich.
the one I really wanted. That's the one I really wanted.
Can we have one for each, guys? Just one vote for each. Not two, just one. Just one vote. Like you can't let them hang, guys. It's just there. One vote for burger and fries. Just one more for sandwich, boys. One for sandwich. Some Pepe's in the chat. We saved it. We did it. I mean, it's one vote is not even 1%, but it's fine. We can see that it had, you know, someone out there really wanted you to have a sandwich.
Yeah, someone who you instructed.
Someone really wants you to have Chinese as well. Now it's 52%.
I think it was you.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at the result. I'm not pressing. Oh God.
I'm gonna add some like wooden things up here just to stop the like character from running into the coil, so I don't have to make a but this is gonna be wood right here.
Makeshift eats Chinese. Yep. Just keep going, boys. What if Chinese has double the votes of any other? Will you order twice?
I'll order double the Chinese.
Okay, guys, you know what you have to do. Bam, vote that Chinese. We need at least 224 votes on Chinese. And he will send what's it called? He will send a picture showing you.
I'll tweet out a picture saying that I ate Chinese.
Yeah, double Chinese, because obviously we're getting the votes.
God, no, that's not gonna happen.
Like, I don't know who you think we're dealing with here, but the chat is fierce. Exactly, like R1 says, China #1.
I thought Taiwan was #1.
No, China, of course. Have you never seen PUBG memes?
Yeah, but I thought the PUBG meme was that Taiwan was #1.
No, China #1, and then anyone from Europe would say China #2.
Oh, and then they get really mad.
Yep, and then they would keep saying China #1. There was once like an what is it called, a video of a guy that like there was a Chinese team
Yeah.
and they were in 2 cars and they only had 7 people. But then at one point they realized there was 8 people in the car.
Wait, have you seen that video where all the guys on this one team, they were teaming together like against the rules on PUBG? They were all dressed up in the same clothing, and then one guy
Yeah.
figured out that they were all dressing in the same clothing, so he dressed up, and then they like let him into their group, and he killed them all.
Yeah. So like what ended up happening in this clip was kind of similar. They were all wearing red. And so he went into their car, and no
Oh,
one
yeah, I think
realized
I've seen
until
that
it was too
clip.
late. And then they was like trying to figure out who he was. And so he said China number 2. And then one guy started shooting, which
Oh,
means
no.
other guys started shooting, and they just started like slaughtering each other until there was like 3 guys left. And then you know I don't remember what happened,
Yeah,
but
that's pretty funny.
because the rest wasn't so funny. It was mainly the car part. And they didn't kill him.
Damn.
They didn't get him. They got everyone but oh, just imagine, dude. Oh man. Oh wait, so someone wants you to not pay double. Guys, we need more votes on Chinese. Someone is hitting Italian.
I'm not gonna
food
order
hard.
double the Chinese.
You promised. We have it on video.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna delete the VOD right after this.
Wow.
My
Guys,
my
do you
5-hour
remember-
stream.
Remember that time it shifted and ordered double?
There we go. Now these are covered up. I'm just gonna make some little wooden planks here to cover these up, and then there we go. And I'm gonna add a turbine model here, but it's gonna be separate so it can actually be animated. All right, cool. That's nice. Let's actually cover the top bit here with another wooden plank. I'll just have 2 wooden planks like sitting up here, not even bolted in. Alright, cool. I like the way that looks. So all of these planks I'm gonna go ahead and combine. I'm gonna Control J on these. I'm just gonna see if a smart unwrap works. Does not. What happened there? Okay, well I'm gonna have to mark seams then.
Oh. Man, I'm so tired, it's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, so last night I woke up at like 3 p.m. in the afternoon,
What happened?
or yesterday. Like I just slept along. So the thing is, I was up to like 5 in the morning, or no, close. No, like 2 in the morning, but I was afraid it was gonna get to like 5, right?
Mm.
And I have some meds that helps me like sleep, but I rarely take them because I would rather sleep on my own.
Yeah.
And so that night I was thinking, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, right? The day before yesterday, sorry, because then I will, you know, wake up early tomorrow and that would be fine. And then I woke up at 3 p.m. because they just made me sleep so much. And so then I had to kind of try and fall asleep last night. And I had overslept obviously the day before, so I ended up not going to bed before like 4 a.m.
Whoa.
And then I woke up at 8 a.m.
That's wild.
Yeah, and so I've been up ever since, and I'm so tired.
So what time
but
is it for you right now?
It's 10:30 p.m.
Ooh.
But I need to stay up a little longer.
Why is that?
The guy that I do the WoW stuff with, we made an appointment or whatever.
Oh,
A
nice.
date. A WoW date.
It's a WoW date.
Couple. Yeah, the kind of WoW where you can't do anything, so you have to make it work. But yeah, so essentially, we have some stuff we need to fix. So I'm learning a lot from it, by the way.
Good.
I'm totally thinking of redoing our structure.
Really?
Yeah, I mean we'll still use the same library, right? Just
Essentially,
redo
yeah.
what's been done so far, because I'm thinking with what I know now that I can do it a lot better, like a lot. Because this, like, you know, doing WoW emulation really is for like bigger, you know, MMO, right?
Yeah.
So, also, I kind of got like a sense of scale. like our update function, which rarely runs anything, but it does run some checks. We're operating on 30 nanoseconds.
Nice.
Do you know what comes after nanoseconds? Like before it?
Is it femtoseconds?
No, like we're going towards seconds.
Microseconds?
Yeah, and then after microseconds comes milliseconds, right? And it's 1,000 of each for one. You need 1,000.
Which one is femtoseconds?
I don't know. Probably after nano. Sorry.
It's 1/4 of a second.
Yeah, so it's probably way less than. But,
Ooh, yoctosecond. Ever heard of that before?
No.
It's 10 to the negative 24th power. Let's see.
That's a lot.
1 Planck. Wait, so 10 to the negative 44th power is the... Okay.
Planck length or? Yeah. 1 to the negative 24th, the Planck. No, the Planck is 1 minus 44. Oh,
yeah, it's
man.
1 to the 10
Imagine
to the
being able to even measure
power.
That. Like...
What even is measured in 1 Planck? Like what? Like
presume the shortest
protons
there's nothing measured
or something. Wow.
It's the shortest theoretical measured time interval, but not necessarily the shortest increment of time. Oh god, that's complicated. So like, time increments, obviously, right? But it happens at so small numbers that it happens like constantly, right? Which just begs the question, like, what's incrementing it, you know?
Why is this like this?
Get what I mean?
Yikes. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I'm having some issues. I think I'm gonna have to make this barrier a separate
piece. This stream is about me, oh my god.
A yoctometer is also a measurement. That's how long your yacht is. Yacht.
yeah, yacht. So one yoctometer per yacht.
Is 1 yacht long.
So I have like 3 yoctometers, dude, in my backyard.
Your backyard is 3 yachts long? That's pretty big.
No, I got 3 yoctometers in my backyard. You should see the real size of it.
It's pretty freaky,
like,
man.
The real size, it could probably fit like 20 yoctometers. In all directions. Also in time. So, depending on where you stand in my backyard, you might experience like John Kennedy speaking, and if you go a little bit on the other side, you might see the Egyptians.
So you just have like a space-time like rip in your backyard.
No, it's called yoctometer backyard. It has nothing to do with time.
Mysterious yoctometer backyard.
Yeah. It's the yoctometer triangle. You know, like the Bermuda triangle.
Bermuda triangle.
Yeah, the yoctometer triangle, where things just disappear, but in reality, it's just because you like. Ever heard of people being like, "Oh man, this unidentified object flew past my house," right? It's because they passed right, like they were walking my backyard without knowing.
Oh, it's always in your backyard.
Yeah, and so they thought it was in the future.
Wow.
Which it was, of course, but they don't know that.
It's quite a tale, man.
Yeah, and so Area 51 is actually my bedroom.
So you just like get no privacy whatsoever, right? Always
aliens. No, people think there's aliens there, but it's because my backyard is right next to it. Like there's no military base. I just don't want people to go in there. God. Like, how would you have it if people walked into your bed?
We're at an all-time low viewership right now. All right, I'm gonna combine this model. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, R1 says for him it's not a yoctometer. For him it's a Yoda meter.
A Yoda, like Yoda with a D.
Yes, like Yoda.
Like Star Wars.
I'm so glad you caught on to that. I would have had to dispose of you if you hadn't.
No, but he said Yoda, Y-O-T-A. But yeah, but
you have said so. Like you have just like you need to. Like I'm the one that's supposed to be socially not working here, and you're not picking up on anything tonight.
Sorry, I'm not going along with your bits. All right, wait, where did I say this?
Wow. My bits?
Yeah, dude. Sorry, I'm not going along with your comedy show.
No, bits is actually thinking computer. In a computer?
Yeah, I know what a bit is. I've heard of a bit.
Wow, so what is a bit?
It's like a smaller than a byte. I don't know. Who knows? Man?
Yes, and your hand is smaller than Mount Everest. That does not mean I understand the concept of either.
I know it. Like I know like the scale. Wait. Look at this. I think this is kind of what you're talking about with these hard surfaces. With these like, you know how you were talking about like adding details and baking it in later as like a separate thing. I think I can do that with these hard services within.
I thought you were talking about bites, so I was like, what?
Oh no, I switched conversation. Chinese
You
won.
can't
Eat.
just switch
The
conversation.
Chinese really win. Let's check it. The grand total. No.
Okay.
Pasta with
Chris,
3 votes is ahead.
Shift Cinema. Do you have any ambitions of one day going into the professional game design? Or do you see yourself staying indie forever?
Well, so
Christian pair.
yeah, I think it would be cool to be able to go into an industry like that. The thing is, I've heard that the actual like industry itself is very tough.
Toxic.
Not only is it like you don't get a lot of like, you know, jobs are hard to come by, like you're working long hours, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, it would be cool to be able to do 3D modeling as a job, but then again, you just be like doing stuff that other people instruct you to make, and I think it would be a lot cooler to have like more creative control. So in that regard, I'd rather stay indie.
You know what his actual professional entry is?
Yeah. What's that?
Boxfire Studio.
Yeah. So
Bam!
sorry Blizzard, I'm not working for you guys.
Blizzard, people leave you. You fire people in bulks, right? We don't do that here at Boxfire Studio.
Here at Boxfire Studio, we don't even hire people. That's how
Yeah,
good we are.
we
about
don't
not
even
firing.
hire.
That's
No
how good
one
we
can
are
get
about not
fired if we
firing
don't
people.
hire.
We don't even hire people. That's
Yeah.
how little people get
So
fired.
how can you get
around here.
fired if you're not hired? You can't. If you ever expand your studio and need modelers, I'm always open. DupeDog
I'll
124.
keep that in mind, Dupe Dog, and you know that's definitely something that could be happening in the future.
He kind of made like an indirect Rocky smiley because he definitely didn't
Oh,
mean it
not
like
bad,
that. But there
not
was
bad.
there's sunglasses on his smiley. Chinese was one order. Oh shit! It's still wow. Someone is just no life. Like whoever's voting for Italian right now,
They're
you're
just
crazy.
going at it, man.
You're crazy. Like this, like if you had this much dedication to making a game, I think you would be like AAA worthy. Like imagine pressing vote, picking your option, press vote, wait for it to load, press vote, wait for it to load, pick your option, press vote, wait for it to load, press vote. Like
It just takes a lot of dedication.
it's just like, oh man, you know? Too much garlic in their breath. Yeah, I guess so. But garlic is good. Right?
Yeah, I'm a fan. Not too much. You
Chinese
don't
was
wanna overdo
already
it.
said. Fish and Chips just don't want to vote anymore. He just wanted to be Chinese. I mean,
I'm down to eat anything, to be honest. All those things on the list, except Chef's Special, which I will never eat.
Chef's Delight. you
Yeah,
mean.
Chef's Delight. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean, unless like, okay,
What is it?
here's-
Is it a good
here's
chef?
the
Is
thing
it a good
for
chef?
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because had you told me I could get the Chef's Delight at a kitchen run by maybe Gordon Ramsay or any
Yeah.
other famous chef, I'll probably be like, yeah, one of those, thanks.
Yeah.
But when it's like from some random restaurant, all I'm thinking is the restaurants that Gordon Ramsay trash talk.
Yeah,
know?
like from Kitchen
Like-
Nightmares.
Yeah, exactly. All I'm thinking is I'm gonna get a Chef's Delight where it's not in it and a little bit of hair and not
Gross.
clean and it's just Okay, what if I told you a completely different option that weren't on the pool
What's that?
or pool? Have you ever had Taiwanese food?
Is that like pho or whatever?
I don't know. I didn't even know if that was a thing.
I've had Taiwan.
Okay, wait, no, I know what you should
No,
get.
I've had Vietnamese
You know what
food.
you should
That's
get?
pho. That's
A
what I'm thinking of.
classic American, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you guess it?
Classic
What's
American.
classic America? What?
Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
What's classic America that's not on that list?
Are you gonna say like deep fried Twinkies or something? I don't know.
No, Mexican food.
Ah, and there's
Baboon?
so many good places around where I live. I should have said that.
Yeah.
Ah,
you
what a
could get
shame.
a good taco or something.
No, honestly, the Mexican food around where I live is so good.
That's nice. We don't have Mexicans here. It's too cold.
You don't have anybody that like tries to copy Mexican food
No,
though?
no.
That's a shame.
Mexican stuff is just it's too
shame.
cool here. It's like, you know, with the penguins don't exist in Mexico because it's too hot.
Well,
and
it's
the Mexicans don't exist here because it's too cold. It's like a symbiotic relationship, you know.
It's a real shame, man.
It transcends like race and like, you know, like mammal race. You know, it's just some things just don't exist where, you know.
It's a real shame. Some good food right there.
I guess so. Italian is crap, says Fish and Chips.
Whoa,
and
hard
Duke
stance.
Dog says I disagree.
Hard
so I
stance.
guess we know who's been voting against each other.
Okay, this is where it gets real in the comment section, I guess.
What?
You know, people getting in an argument. They're getting fired up out there.
Here in Nebraska, we have a lot of Mexican food. Yeah, but do you have Mexicans?
That's not a Nebraska accent. That's the least Nebraska thing I've ever heard.
Do you still play CSGO?
I have not played CSGO in quite some time, actually. If anybody's interested in my skins, I have a couple Asimovs and a nice AK.
I will take all of them
blue
for
one?
free.
What's the blue one?
Blue laminate?
No, it's got like carbon fiber on it. Vulcan. I got a pretty decent minimal wear Vulcan. I think that's.
So you mean the turquoise?
What?
The how do you say it? Turquoise?
Turkeys. Wait, what?
No, not
turkeys.
It's a color.
Turquoise. Ah, I know what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, it's because in Danish it's called turquoise.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were saying turkey.
Not like Turkish, because they are called turka, turkil.
Oh, so you have two different words. That's interesting, because.
Yeah. Well, not really. Like we call. I guess maybe yeah. Like, turka is like how you pronounce a person from Turkey.
Yeah.
And then you have turkil, which is Turkey.
Okay.
But I guess you have Turk.
Yeah, well, you would say they're Turkish, I guess.
Yeah.
Which makes it sound like they're not quite fully like. Oh, they're Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish.
No.
Little ugly menu psycho posted in the general chat. Yeah, it's not pretty. But if it gets the job done.
Hey, does it work though? Does it work? You should post a GIF.
Does it work?
If I could go like.
Do you need?
And that works.
Remember Asmongold? Do you need?
I don't really remember Asmongold except for K-Kona, which is the thing you don't remember about Asmongold, which is pretty funny actually. Copy layers. I also know the only Asmongold things I've seen are when people do K-Kona in this chat and when he had like the grossest room I've ever seen in my life.
XD.
Like he just like he did not clean his room. No offense to Asmongold. I think he acknowledged that it was gross too. So right now I'm just adding some dirt to this just to give it some, because I made it out of metal and it's just got kind of like a bland look with just pure metal. So I'm adding a little bit of weathering to it. Alright, I'm happy with this. There's going to be a lot more as part of it, but there's going to be a turbine like moving here, and then there's going to be, oh, I should add some like little details to it saying like, oh, and I was going to add one more thing. I was going to copy this rust course layer, copy layer, and I was going to paste the layer. I was going to delete the mask, whoops, paste layer, and then I was gonna clear the mask, and then I was gonna change the color. Actually, I want to complete. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna change the color of this to be like pretty dark, and then I'm gonna make it look like soot from the here. make it look like soot from the generator. Wait, layers are not paintable. What? Why is that? There we go. Just around where the turbine opening would have been. Let's see. Pasta and waffles together are the best foods of all time. Oh, not together. Okay, I was about to say. Pasta and waffles are super good. A good combo with waffles is, I don't know if anybody's ever had this, but this is really popular. Chicken and waffles, like fried chicken, and waffles together is super good. That's a really good combo. Put some peanut butter on top, then syrup. That's really interesting. A lot of people are big syrup people. I'm more of like a butter guy when it comes to waffles. I like just putting a lot of butter on it.
I like just my waffles. I don't need.
You don't like any. You don't like any toppings at all.
No.
You don't think they're a little dry?
No. I think. Well, I guess it's because I have like. So this kind of comes with like my social disabilities. I have kind of like a sensor overload.
Oh, so you don't like too many flavors at once or anything like that?
Yeah, because
okay.
it'll end up like messing with my head. Because I want to enjoy the flavors, but I can't really taste them, you know? So it's difficult. So that's why I usually prefer just fewer flavors, simple food. I guess that's why I don't like super fancy food, because they always have a bunch of different flavors.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with those.
It's just nice to eat.
Real maple syrup is what is that? What did he say there? 100,000? No, 1,000,000% better than fake kind. That's true. Although I don't know. I don't know if I've really gotten to eat too much real. Like, what counts as like real maple syrup? I bet if you live in Canada or something like that, you have access to that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna write down here in brush with like a. I'm gonna say like turbine. And then they're gonna say like 200 kW or something like that. /P. I don't know what that means. And then there's gonna be like a random marking over here, something like 200 or something.
I'll probably have to go in about 15 minutes, by the way.
All right, that's okay.
It's right in.
I'm just doing some little details here that kind of show like someone was painting on this to like say how stuff worked.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was
All right,
thinking,
over here I'm gonna put.
Could you make space on Sunday for some time after the meeting?
Yeah, probably. I can most.
Because then we could sit down and do the code there.
Yeah. Well, and I have a couple more days here that I probably could have time, but if Sunday works best for you, then yeah.
Yeah, I think Sunday would work best for me.
Will Ice Age have music in it? Yes, probably. I think so.
What?
Where that?
The game?
Oh yeah, someone just asked if it was gonna have music in it, and I said yeah.
Maybe, but I think I guess the real answer is maybe, right?
It'll have to be a certain type of music.
Yeah, we know what we're looking for. We just need to find someone that can make it. But I think the question maybe should be, do you want music in the game?
Yeah, I think
that is definitely a yes.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good way to put it.
Like, if we can get the right music, like, I don't want to put, like, I think often when I say I'm also talking for Shift, obviously, and if he doesn't agree, he will say that, but I feel like it needs to be the right music, not just put music in to put music in, but have it there because it creates an atmosphere and some personality to the game, right?
Oh yeah.
That's important. Like, we could just put any kind of music in, but it needs to be something we can really make, like, we feel the game works with. Check straw pool. Did you just...
What happened?
God. Stop voting, man. Like 1,000 votes on it now. 585 for Italian food.
Ooh. I might have to get Italian then. Who knows? Whoops.
So
didn't mean to
here's
look
what
at
I'm thinking, right?
that. Yeah.
Mexican food wasn't put on the list, but had it been, it would probably
It
have
probably would have
surpassed
won.
Italian food.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So you could do that, or you could do Italian food, but because Chinese was so dominant at one point, you could put that on the list too, right? Roll the dice, and whatever you get is what you should eat.
Oh, good thinking.
Because then you don't have to commit to something you would think would hurt someone. The dice did it for you. The dice is the bad guy, right?
That's true.
It's about smart thinking. So right click says he has a joke for you and me. He says, why the chicken is crossing the road.
To get to the other side.
I don't know right click. What is what is the answer to that? I don't know. I mean, I guess to get to the other side, maybe he wanted to see his family. Maybe he wanted to get out of his cage. I don't know. I feel like you're putting me in a very difficult position. Let's see what he answers.
What did I call this model again?
Like literally 90% of Sundays, just like, what did I call this model again? Oh, a Super Blast, the Mega Cannon, and it's a chair. It's like good naming, dude. Okay, wait, I don't know, like, why? I don't know why, like, I can't get a... Okay, he's replying.
Okay. This better not be... If it's bad, you can't read it.
If it's bad, I'll probably love it.
I don't...
What? This doesn't make sense. He says to go to the stupid guy's house. Knock, knock.
Oh, we got
Who's
you,
there?
dude. Oh, we got you.
The chicken. Of course.
I knew where that one was going as soon as he
Yeah,
said
it
the
was
stupid
pretty
guy's
obvious.
house. Alright, cool. Let's import this model now, actually.
I wrote to him banned.
Yeah, he is. That's not a joke, actually.
Yeah, it's not a joke. Okay, he said, why squirrel cross the road?
Probably to get to the idiot's
stupid
house
guy's
so
house?
high, it's
Yeah,
the
the
squirrel.
Let's see, it's the idiot this time instead of stupid or dumb, maybe. Or to go to the cool guy's house. Knock, knock. Oh man, who's there?
He's gonna say the chicken again.
Yeah, the chicken.
Whoa. You ended your life with
Double
that one.
banned.
No, that means he gets unbanned for that one.
No, we apply one ban and then we apply an extra on top of that. And then it's multiplicative, right? So the first ban duration gets multiplied by the second.
How do you
The first one
multiply a
was
ban
permanent.
by another ban?
Yeah, so you can only imagine what kind of duration of ban you got. And he says, got him. Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit obvious, but I will be honest. When you said to go to the stupid guy's house and said knock knock, I hadn't completely figured it out. Shift had, but I hadn't.
Oh, you didn't think he was gonna double back and hit you with the chicken again?
No, not the second time, the first time.
Oh.
And also, no, the second time I didn't think about it either. I just thought like he was done talking about the dumb chicken. I mean, I have a pledge to myself. I gotta be, truthful. So.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Why did the snake cross the road? Me neither. That's so bad. Okay, wait, I gotta think.
Wait,
of
you
one.
should have said like, why did the snake cross the road? And then when they're like, I don't know, you go, hey, you tell me though.
You tell me though.
You know?
Wait,
'Cause,
what?
like,
but he doesn't know.
calling them
That
a
doesn't make
snake though.
sense.
I'm calling them a snake.
Yeah, I know you're calling him a snake, but he's not hissing. Oh, wait. Okay, let's see a really bad joke. Wait. Okay, wait. I got a really good knock joke, but you have to start it.
Oh god, I've heard this one before.
So he said knock knock, but he probably has an answer unless he didn't realize it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. He said Trump. I don't know. You said knock knock. Okay, I think it's time that I go now.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually end the stream right after I think I apply these normals to this model, and then that's gonna be it for me. I gotta just drink a glass of water and take my eyes off of the.
You didn't realize the joke.
What happened?
So you didn't realize the joke, so he just said knock knock, and I was like, who's there? And he's like, Trump's, and I was like, I don't know. You said knock knock, and he's like, oh, okay, I feel retarded.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Got him.
Alright, normal map here fixed now.
Alright,
Okay,
I'll talk to you later, or I'll talk to you Sunday, dude.
Alright, see you later, man.
Alright, bye.
Alright, now that Nick is gone, we can start. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I think that was the outer. I hope I was right on that one. Alright, this is gonna be the control panel. That made all the difference on that one. And then I got this one, which is the coils. This really changes how it looks. I like that a lot. And then we got this one, which is the ports and hinges, which I guess really doesn't matter because this really didn't get exported well. I might have to go back and fix those. And then our last one here is just this normal map apply. And then let's just take a look at what we've made. Thank you so much, Tube Talk. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for checking out the stream. If you guys are just coming back or you're still on the stream, this is going to be the end of it. I can give you a quick tour of what we worked on today. Made this cool little warning sign to tell people not to go into the fields with the electricity. If we walk further down here, you can see we got some more like electrical little storage batteries here, which I'm kind of proud of. I like the way they look. And then if we follow this wire up here past these houses, you can see back here we got another little generator going on here, which is where all the power will be sent to. And then there's going to be a couple more pieces to this model, including a rotating turbine in here, which I think will look really cool. So there you go. That's what we've been working on. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel and interested in what we're working on, then go ahead and check out the Discord in the link. Or it should be in the description, and go ahead and join, and it's a good one. So I will be seeing you guys later, and that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching the stream, guys.